more down to start with. But if there's obviously with on, just drop that down. Yeah, it's pretty clean. Don't test too much, so I'll have to stop. Yeah, no.
The new Ford F-150 has arrived. With Australia's torture testing done, it's ready to hit the road with 4.5 tonne towing for superior load hauling at high and low speeds, traction, stability and 4x4 systems, a new right-hand drive steering system, climate control systems, even extreme weather. We've put it through its paces. Torture tested for Australian conditions. The new Ford F-150 is ready to roll. Come and see it now at Maney Ford, Mount Gambier.
Ready, set, run out. Race into your nearest Hyundai dealer for bonus offers of up to $3,000 across a range of petrol and diesel vehicles. Whatever you drive, we've got a deal for you. Hyundai Run Out is on now. Ready, set, run out.
The Ford Ranger was built without limits. It's bigger, tougher, smarter, and more versatile than ever. To prove it, we pushed it to its limit with a grueling test drive around the entire country. 16,000 kilometres, 16 test drivers, one Ford Ranger. Follow the journey online. Search Ranger Unlimited to watch every test drive.
Good afternoon and welcome to Casadio Park here in the southern parts of Mount Gambier. It is Pioneer FM going live with thanks to our partners in Football SA and the Barry Maney Group. Limestone Coast Premier League Grand Final Day is here, and it's Nate in commentary with Nathan.
Nathan and Nathan.
The two Nathans, that's what we've got. back again in 2024, Nate. You joined me last year in the commentary box for the Premiership decider, and welcome again.
Yeah, welcome, mate. Thank you. It's great to be here. Exciting to do this again. Slightly different weather patterns than last year, mate.
It's reminiscent of the season prior to that, really.
Yes.
But not quite as bad. But the wind, certainly the biggest drama that we've had as far as our season deciders go. But been pretty lucky with the rain thus far today.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It has held off, which is great, and hopefully it does for the duration of the final. As you just said, that wind will definitely be a factor today, and it looks like the pitch will hold up, so it shouldn't be too bad underfoot. So
I think overall the pitch for the water that we've had over the last 7 days is holding up really well, and probably the playing of a couple of games over on the backfield certainly alleviates that extra foot traffic that can be generated. So well done to International Soccer Club and everyone involved in the weekend and the grand final. So we are here, of course, with thanks to the Barry Maney Group, the league's major partner, and also with thanks to Cooper's Brewery and Fennel Forestry. They're proud supporters of football in this region, and this afternoon we are here for the grand final, which will be decided between International Soccer Club and Gambier Central Soccer Club. And Central's looking for 3 out of 4, and International looking to go back to back. So it is a clash of the heavyweights over the last probably decade, really, in our league, and we're looking forward to what the next hour and a half brings.
Yeah, it's been poised for that all year, mate.
Well, four weeks ago, Centrals were sitting 4th on the table prior to finals, and they got the win after win after win, clawed themselves to a 2nd place for the double chance. They came out here to Casadio Park in the qualifying final, probably didn't have their best day out, and I'm sure that everyone around the club would probably agree with that. And but today, in a grand final, you never know, and they are pretty much full strength on both sides of the park, so looking forward to what these teams can deliver here this afternoon. As I said, Centrals and International, and it's been another stellar season for Inter. I think they took the top spot after about round 3 or 4. They lost that early game to Blue Lake on Anzac Day, but since then really haven't looked back. So it's a game that we're all looking forward to here this afternoon, and you can see it live on the Football SA Facebook page and YouTube channel. So go and find FSA Limestone Coast, click on the links there, and you can see the vision of today's game. And for those here at the ground or wherever you may be, also coming to you in radio form on 5GDR FM community radio, and it's great that we can partner together to bring this game to the region and the world. And we're looking forward to what we've got. We've just seen the end of the reserves game here, and it is Apollo that got up in that one, 4-0, I think it was. So it was 1-0 with about 15 minutes to go, and we started talking about potential extra time, and Apollo have come home strong. Really the team that's dominated the reserves comp for the last 10 years, and I'm not sure what premiership number that is for a number of these players, but they've got some youth and some experience in there, and Sam Auld has led them once again in 2024 to another premiership. So commiserations to Blue Lake there, coming from 4th on the table to play in the season decider, and unfortunately for the Rangers, they finished the season as the runners-up, but certainly an improvement on where they were over the last couple of years. So well done to both clubs. Game played out in great spirits, so well done. And earlier in the day today, the results that we've had so far are Gambier Central's winning the under-17s over Blue Lake. I think it was 5-2 in the end, that score. And prior to that, Blue Lake reversing that and winning the under-14 game against Gambier Centrals, and that was 5-4. And in the under-12 game, Apollo's minor premiership is all they're going to take home, because Gambier Centrals came over top to win that one 2-1 this morning. And in the under-12 development, it was International winning 4-2 against Blue Lake. So that's your results today. Yesterday, of course, we saw Apollo defeat Millicent United 4-0 in the senior women's. Earlier in the day, it was Gambier Centrals winning the under-16s and also the under-13 girls. So it's been a big weekend for the Lions. They've only dropped one of the games that they've been in. Is that a good sign? Who knows? But on the other side, Inter obviously today winning the under-12Ds. They runners-up yesterday in the 13 girls. From a club perspective, we look forward to whatever this game brings, Nath.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we've when I say it's been poised, it means it's probably built up over the last 3 weeks in the seniors that this is going to be a great fixture. I think, unfortunately, with the reserves, just to touch on that with Blue Lake having Ben Luff go down in the first half in that game as a real big on-field leader for that team, made that a bit difficult for them. And then I think, as you said, with 16, 17 minutes to go, the dam wall broke and let a few goals in late. But touching on the junior grades, we've seen some great football. Teams haven't gone into their shell. They've gone all out and played real positive. The weather hasn't bothered them. We've seen a lot of smiles. And yes, Centrals have taken away the premiership count, and that's, definitely can't take that away from them or, underplay that. That's fantastic for their club. But it's great to see from my standpoint, the development of young players out there having a great time.
Absolutely. Now let's have a look at the lineups for this senior men's game. The players are in the race, but let's have a look at the lineup for International here this afternoon. And James Kipping has been strong in goals all year. Seth Michelin, Henry Hayward, Tyler Michelin, Sam Buetti, Christian Seller, Matt Buetti, Caleb Casey, Lockie Charlton, Dan Allwright and Hayden Cutting is your starting 11. We've got Grant Garandi, Cedar Sofa, Nick Moroney, Jordan Millard and Joel Bull, the reserve keeper for International. And as we flip over for Gambier Centrals and what they bring to the park today is going to be pretty much a full-strength side. Alex Hill, he's been great this year in goals. James Davey, Louis March, he's quick down the wing. Bradley White, he's been in and out of the side most commonly through suspension, but he is primed and ready. Sam Schumacher is always a gun up front. Jake Blackwell leads the side extremely well, captain of the Gambier Central's senior team. Tommy Van Riet, also we've got Matty Porter and Christian Fleetwood, a great, skilled, talented player. Ronan McKenzie, and we've got Pacific Baraka also starting in the back line for Centrals. On the bench, we've got Justin Saint, Alex Abidi, Nick Torito, Cade Turnbull, the reserve keeper, and Kobe Cole. So we are in for an absolute cracking game. Unfortunately, we don't have the audio across the other side for the anthem, but the players will be coming out of the race here very, very soon. We have had a couple of little dramas here today with ambulances called, as you mentioned, Ben Loaf's injury. We've also had a member of the public that has, taken ill, and so action-packed day.
Yes, there's certainly been a lot going on. I think, obviously, it's been a very exciting day, and as you say, the excitement's about to happen here on the pitch, and I've just sort of been wondering what we're going to get here, and I really think that what has put Centrals forward in the last few weeks, especially their finals campaign and leading into it, is they play a somewhat predictable style, but I don't want to say that in a negative way. It certainly is something that is deadly, and that is that they play out from the back very well and play nice long angle balls, and you know it's coming, especially through Christian Fleetwood and Louis March on the wing. You know it's coming, but it's very hard to battle, and that has created a lot of chances for them in their final third. And with Inter, well, it's where is it going to come from today, I think, is the question. They're a very unpredictable side. They do play both sides of the park very well, and have, swinging centre-backs that move up into the midfield as well, and then they cover at the back. So, we'll see two different styles today, but it'll come down to who can handle the weather conditions and have the composure.
They need to keep their feet. It is very soft underfoot out here at Casadio Park. And Matt Buetti obviously been out for a fair deal of the season through injury, but he looked pretty good 2 weeks ago when he was out here against Gambier Central. So, certainly back at the right end of the season to do what he does.
Yes, I've spoke to Matt many times, and as most strikers do, they're not going to give much away, but he assures me that he is ready to go, and maybe just lack a little bit of fitness there. But coming back from a knee injury that could be bad, you never really know until you get scans, but it believes that he's over the worst of that now and has strapping as a precaution, and it looks ready to go.
So the players are still being held in the race as we get through the presentations here. I think for the reserves, but I think they might be just about ready to come out. They might be holding the reserves presentation as the coaches come out onto the pitch, and we see the couple of the subs for Centrals over there in their players area. Cade Turnbull out of the under-17 premiership winning side as the sub goalkeeper if needed at some stage this afternoon. But these coaches as well, we haven't really spoken about them in our lineups before. Obviously, Tony and Joe, absolute stalwarts, legends, all as players and as coaches have won multiple premierships. Dino Michelin also as their team manager, and Linda McRobert is the trainer. Has been for as long as I can remember. Playing as a junior, she's always been around, so absolute, great people to have leading any side. On the other side of it, Brady Coop obviously stepped into the role a couple of years ago as a coach. He played a fair bit this year as well, but he's today just coaching. He's had Scott Dixon in the box for most of the season, calling it from the sidelines, and Sam Schumacher as well. He does a lot off the field to help this side with his leadership and his coaching ability. So Shane Dice is team manager and their club president, and we look forward to what we've got coming your way. So it is the Barry Maney Group Limestone Coast Premier League Grand Final, International Soccer Club versus Gambier Central Soccer Club, and we are looking forward to this, all with thanks to the team at the Barry Maney Group. Jubilee Highway West and the corner of Commercial Street and Crouch Street North. It's nice to go to someone who cares. barrymaney.com.au or phone them on 87213400. 400. As the players come out onto the field with the officials and the mascots, a number of them sporting their medallions from earlier in the day as well, with their victorious under-12 development side.
Yeah, would have had a big day there. What a day, hey? You go out and you win yourself a premiership and then come out and welcome the teams onto the pitch. What a touch. I'm
sure 7:30 this morning seems a long time ago, but it certainly does for me as well. But we're here for this final day of our premiership season, and again, if the weather can hold off, we are in for an absolute cracking afternoon of football.
Yeah, love seeing those mascots out there too. Thank you to both teams for doing that. It's such a great look for our community and our clubs. We're very much family clubs around here, so it's great to see.
So just getting the lineups mentioned to us on the far side of the pitch, that we've already run through as the club presidents now come through as well, because they'll wish the players well. Unfortunately, I can't be out there as the president for Blue Lake, and but we'll try and see if we can.
Just a few too many hats, Nathan. One job too many.
Yes, we can't do it all. But we're here to bring this to you, and we thank obviously everyone that's put this day together, whether they're Football SA employees, club volunteers, and also our match officials right throughout the weekend as well. So we're about to get the national anthem.
We have Sophie Chart.
national anthem from Sophie Charlton. She did a great job yesterday assisting me in commentary here while we had power. Helps if I turn that off there before I turn it off there, Nate.
No, that's okay.
That was me.
That's fine. So, yes, just touching on Sophie Charlton. Yes, excellent to see her get up there and sing the national anthem. She's got some pipes on her there.
Yes.
And excellent that she has brought herself into the commentary position as well. An up-and-coming club coach as well at international at the under-16 level, so it's excellent to see her helping out.
And we spoke about that yesterday too, and the things that she's giving back to football while she's been injured, and I'm sure she'd love to be out there playing again. As we look here now for the coin toss, Christian Seller and Jake Blackwell, the captains of these two sides, and we look forward to what lays ahead, and we should also obviously mention our match officials for this game as well, and just trying to work out which one we've actually got out in the middle. They're coming up as anonymous in my listing. So
let's have a look. We've got a lot of information, but not always all the information. We'll do our best.
So we will get this game underway, and it looks like I think Christian might have won that toss. We'll find out who's going which way in just a few moments' time.
I'd like to say a good toss to win, but then it can change within 4 minutes. We don't really know what's going on here, where it's very much a circular wind all weekend. So yes, a very not really an easy decision there.
So we've got the wind coming pretty much a sort of a westerly direction, but it's sort of coming a little bit northwesterly, but as you said, swirling around, so it doesn't make it easy to read the path of the ball, and it'll cause a little bit of grief, but I think the playing surface is quite slippery, especially down this camera side of Casadio Park, or the eastern side of the pitch, and it looks like they're staying as they are, so Centrals will be kicking to the left of screen, or the left of your radio dial, or however you're tuned in. If you've got your mirror image on, well, it's up to you. But we are broadcasting live here with thanks to the Barry Maney Group in the Limestone Coast Barry Maney Premier League, and our broadcast partners in the Cooper's Brewery and Fennel Forestry as well, supporting football in our region. And it will be a kick-off for International Soccer Club, and James Kipping in the red keeper outfit, and Alex Hill wearing the black this week, not the pink that he wore last outing, but easy enough to distinguish here this afternoon.
So who is your prediction here, Nate?
Look, I think we could be, if Centrals are on, I think we could be looking at an extra half an hour in this one. They did it 2 years ago. They took it extra time, and Centrals got over the top. But I think the experience of Inter and the youth of Inter, I think, might give them that little bit of an edge. So could be a 3-1 or a 3-2. But I'm thinking it will go to extra time.
Yeah, I'm thinking, obviously, I will pick into here, but I think it may be looking at about a 5-2 with a 2-all at half-time. I think we're going to see some goals today. There's a lot of firepower out there today. And, I think, who can be a mindset game today? Who can have their head in the play? The mix, as you say, the mix of the old and the young. Who can get that mix right in the first half an hour, I think will set up the momentum and the tone for the game, but I expect to see some goals from both sides.
As we see an early corner here in the first minute for International, Caleb Casey taking it over to set it up, and Christian Seller just outside the penalty area makes a move now around the back, and ball comes in. Seller jumps for it, but comes out to Matt Buetti out the back. He sends it back in. Seth Michelin and Lewis March try to read it, but you can see that wind just pull the ball back in Buetti's direction. Matt Buetti tries to send it in, but cut off by Lewis March, and that'll be an International throw in the attacking corner. Ball thrown in by Buetti. to Cutting. Cutting sends it into the penalty area. Can't get there for Seller or Allright. And Seller puts in a good challenge on Fleetwood. It's going to beat him to the line. No, yes, it has beaten him to the line. So it'll be a throw-in for Baraka. Young Pacific has really come of age this season. Throws to March. March controls it well. Sends it inside to Blackwell. Blackwell tries to find Schumark, but it's cut off by Seth Michelin. Christian Seller gets it from Schumark, but only as far as Fleetwood. And chases his own ball back there as it spills. And I think that's a foul on Seller from Brad White. He was on the ground, and I think he had a play at trying to get the ball. I don't think there was too much that Brad could have done there. He's down on the ground, but I think it's just that bit there where he's locked the leg that has given away that foul.
And what we like to see there is, Christian is 38 now. He's a stalwart of this team and won a lot of premierships, done a lot in his time. But, wow, laying 3, 4, 5, 6 tackles to start this game. He definitely hasn't lost his step. So,
all right to send this one in. Sends it to the far back post. I think he allowed for wind that perhaps didn't take it. And that is, I think Tommy Van Riet over the far side has put that one out. He gets the throw. Tommy leaves it for Porter. Porter throws to Fleetwood. Fleetwood back to Porter. He can bring it back inside, but goes long to Blackwell, who heads it forward to TVR. He pushes forward, but Schumark's not going to be able to get on that because it went out. So it'll be a throw-in on the far side for Henry Hayward.
Also take a moment to mention that around the ground today we have our Fennel Forestry Scholarship recipients. Thank you to Fennel Forestry for their support for youth footballers in our league and our region. Doing their bit to give back around the ground today, being ball kids and then helping with venue staff and all that sort of thing. So thank you to them and their volunteered work.
As Sam Buetti runs through, gets around Mackenzie, but he's unable to get the shot away. And that's taken by Hill cleanly there. Throws it out to Fleetwood. Fleetwood's got White inboard, goes along the line to Van Riet. Van Riet gets a little bit late one from Casey there, and he's going to get the free for it. And, of course, this is the Barry Maney Group Limestone Coast Premier League Grand Final Senior Men, Gambier Centrals and International. And we must thank the Barry Maney Group for their support. And it's nice to go to someone who cares. And it is the Barry Maney Group, part of the CMV Group, celebrating 90 years. And you'll find them out at Jubilee Highway West and also the corner of Commercial Street and Crouch Streets here in Mount Gambier. As that free kick goes straight to Caleb Casey, who gave away the foul initially. And Fleetwood has to get down for that, but can't control it. The ball spills free. Buetti, Matt with it now. Sam Schumark comes in with the challenge, but Buetti keeps it at his feet. He's got to send the ball long, and Hill's got to get back, but it's wide. So I wouldn't chalk that one up as a stat, as a shot. I don't
No, keeper's off his line there. He might be just thinking ahead and trying to keep him honest, but geez, very low percentage with those sort of opportunities today. I'll just take a moment to mention our referees for the day, if you don't mind, Nathan. So we do have that here, which is our officiating referee is Gary Powers. He's assisted by Leon Hansen, and our other assistant is local Jacob Badesi.
And, of course, we respect the guys, and we need to respect all the match officials in any age group every single weekend, because games don't go ahead without them. As Mackenzie reads that one well and comes away with it. Seller chasing him, puts in the good block there. He stood his ground well, Seller, and Mackenzie went to ground. Nothing untoward in that whatsoever. As we said, it is a bit slippery, but Seller just that experience, as you said, 38 years of talent. As we've got a throw on the far side, and it's Hayward to try and find Casey. Comes back to Hayward. Henry comes away with it. And Seller pushes the ball inside, but can't find Tyler Michelin. Ball back with Allright, who finds Charlton. Lockie Charlton's got Cutting wide. Hayden Cutting. He's been a real instrumental defensive player this year for International. Tyler Michelin back to some safety of Lockie Charlton, who sends it back to James Kipping for his first touch of the afternoon. He pushes it wide to the left back position of Henry Hayward. He goes down the line to Sam Buetti, who comes inside to Caleb Casey, and Christian Seller runs onto that. Hilly's quickly off the mark and sends that ball back out, but it's not out of danger yet, as Seth Michelin pushes the ball wide to Tyler, and he's unable to keep it in, so it'll be a throw into Baraka.
Yeah, I think that play there is what we need to see. We see, switching in the back, moving the ball across the pitch and moving it up the pitch. I think playing out from the back from both sides, we'll see them be able to use their midfields and really be potent going forward. So that seems to be the play today with this unpredictable weather.
So we see a foul against Brad White there, as he tries to get the ball, but gets Seth Michelin in the challenge. So Dan Allright to take this free just inside the attacking half for International.
Yeah, we just had a sighter a minute ago, and it did rise as he's kicked it over the bar. So we'll see how we go here. See what his approach will be.
We've played
just inside the half.
7 minutes of this game, and the scores are still level. Nobody with a shot on goal yet, and I wouldn't even chalk that one as a stat for a shot at target either. And of course we must thank Fennell Forestry, as you did before, and also of course Cooper's Brewery, proud sponsors of football in this region, and we can't do it without you guys and the support that you bring to our game. Ball in for Fleetwood. Hard work made of it there from a challenge from Sam Buetti. Ball through to Van Reet, but nobody on the run there for Centrals, and cut off by Charlton. Ball comes inside now, spills to Fleetwood. Fleetwood's got March coming wide, tries to go to him, but it's cut off by Cutting. Cutting sends the ball long. Tyler Michelin chases, but James Davey quick to it, finds March. March is going to try and take on Cutting down the line. Cutting gets a foot onto that one and pushes it over to just buy a little bit of breathing space.
Excellent battle there. Two very fast young players there in Hayden Cutting and Louis March. So very interesting down that left attacking wing in the
ball
first half.
Ball with Fleetwood, Seller chasing, retreats a little bit to Davey. Davey out to Baraka, back to Davey, and inboard again to Fleetwood where it all started. As he's got some options, he pushes it long to Schumacher, but it's going to go too far forward, and easy taking there. We'll call that one a shot on target.
Yeah, I think that's the positive play there of Christian Fleetwood. They want him on the ball, they want him to turn, and they want him to break up the play and go the other side. As
March pushes it through to Schumacher, he's onside, and he's got Charlton coming hard at him. He tries to get that shot away, and it's well defended by Kipping. He's quick off the line, he read it well, and able to deflect that one out for a corner. But a great chase from Lockie Charlton. You can see how far back he comes in from. Doesn't lay the challenge, just puts enough pressure on. You can see Kipping's there, and that's always a keeper's ball in that sort of challenge. So we've got a corner kick on this near side, and it'll be Brad White to take it.
Everybody back defensively here. Very, very defensive shape by Inter.
So he's got two hands in the air and sends the ball into the back of the goal. So not the right part of the goal.
Yes, into the back netting there. I think these higher balls, as soon as they go above 3 metres high, the ball is completely out of your control.
All right, tries to bring it out, but Schumacher intercepts that one from Michelin. Takes a deflection, and he's going to keep it in. Kipping does well and picks it up. So a couple of early chances now for Centrals at the other end. And Kipping will try and release this. He'll try and keep it low. He puts it on the ground, sends it high actually, and Matt Buetti's trying to get underneath it. Davey putting the pressure on, and that should be a ball to Inter. It is. Tyler Michelin throws to Seth. Seth with the pressure from White, able to no, he's not able to keep it in. So it'll be a throw for Centrals to be taken by Baraka, Young Pacific.
Yeah, so which team here can continue to have their composure, continue to play feet, communicate well, use the midfield. I think that's the key way to go forward here. So I think we'll see a breakthrough at some time. We believe that.
March finds his captain in Blackwell, and Blackwell fumbles on the ball but sends the ball through. But it's far too long for Lewis March. As fast as he is, he's never going to get to that before it goes out of play. He's certainly the years are racking up for Lewis March, and he's still got plenty of run in those legs as the ball comes out through the defence for Inter through Lockie Charlton. He tries to find Sam Buetti, but it spills a little, and Sam Schumacher is onto it, and he's got to get around about 3 players. It's Henry Hayward putting the pressure on. He wins the ball, and it'll be a throw for Centrals.
Yeah, he's definitely one to watch. He's definitely on here today, Sam Schumacher. He got through just a few minutes before, and he's getting on the ball, and he's looking dangerous, and he's attracting 2, 3, 4 defenders. So yeah, starting this game well.
Throw in, looking for White. White gets a head on it, but it comes out the back just outside the 18-yard box and out of play. But certainly a good corner taken there. I think it was Tommy Van Riet took that, and Brad White acknowledging the ball. So we've got a goal kick. James Kipping looking for the options, puts it down. He's got Lockie Charlton just outside the technical area, but finds Allroyd, who's inside the goal area, penalty area. As Buetti tries to look for Sam Buetti, but unable to find him, and it comes back to Kipping where we just started a moment ago. He rolls it to Charlton. Charlton back to Kipping. As Cutting moves here on the near side, he finds Seller slightly inboard. Cutting still all out here by himself. Seller looks forward. He's got no options up there, and Baraka will get to that one easily. Plays it back to his keeper in Alex Hill. He's got Mackenzie on the far side, but he comes inside.
Oh, Sam's in the back here. He's on top of this ball.
Cut off by Davey. It takes the deflection. Hill comes out, and Buetti sort of mistimed it with the wind as Fleetwood gets taken. We've got a whistle there, I think we do. So yeah, challenge on Fleetwood from Seth Michelin, I think, giving the foul away. As we look at Sam Buetti, well done by James Davey. The ball bobbled, and Hilly and Matt Buetti both mistimed the ball, and then you see the foul there from Seth Michelin. Ball back into the attacking third now for Centrals, and we've got a throw for Baraka to take. And he's got Fleetwood just near the match official, coming wide now to the line. He's going to go with that option. Tyler Michelin puts in the chase, pushes it across to the far side, but the wind held it up a little bit, and Henry Hayward read it the best. Ronan McKenzie into the back of Matt Buetti. No foul given, but McKenzie is down on the turf here at Casadio Park, and he has gone in quite hard. Buetti just stood there. But they're going to call for the trainer for Ronan McKenzie.
Yeah, he's come in late there just to make a play on the ball. He had to take the ball of the man. He did his role there, but he's just come off second best. There has been a lot of rain here, but that deck out there is still quite hard, and he's come down quite hard on his lower back there, or buttocks, I think. He should be all right here by the look of that. Just needs a moment to compose himself.
So we are 15 minutes in. The Barry Maney Group Limestone Coast Premier League Senior Men's Grand Final. It's 0-0. And, of course, we must thank the Barry Maney Group for all they do as the major sponsor of the Premier League here in the Limestone Coast. And it's nice to go to someone who cares. Visit barrymaney.com.au or either of their dealerships on Jubilee Highway West or the corner of Commercial Street and Crouch Street. 87213400 is the number for the Barry Maney Group. If you are looking for anything automotive, you can head and see the team at the Barry Maney Group here in Mount Gambier. So the ball is with Alex Hill. It was stopped there, so it'll be a drop ball for him. And he can pick it up and do what he wants with it now, and he sends it out to James Davey. Pacific Baraka out wide, receives that ball, controls it well, brings it down the line, looks for Blackwell. He's unable to control it, falls to Allright, whose mistimed pass goes to Fleetwood. Fleetwood's got Schumacher on. Schumacher sends a high long ball to Tom Van Riet. He controls it well inside the line. He needs some support, tries to send it in, but Henry Hayward cuts that one off. It's back to TVR now, and he's now got Henry Hayward putting in yet another challenge, but he's unable to keep that one in. And it's out for a corner to the team in orange. And Tommy Van Riet's going to leave it this time for Lewis March to take.
Yeah, once again, I think he needs to be in the box there with that height. Has scored using his head this year. They have got some height there in the box, and also interplaying very
a great left,
aware of that.
Great left foot, Lewis March. He sends that high and way too long with the wind coming across from that way. Just a little chip, a sand wedge maybe on that one.
Sand wedge has gone 50 metres.
Not the 3-iron. As Seller brings it inside to Allright, around the penalty spot area in the defensive penalty box. He finds Caleb Casey nicely by feet. Caleb Casey and Fleetwood puts in the challenge, but Casey comes away with it to Seth Michelin. Seth Michelin pushes the ball forward to Tyler Michelin. It's cut off well by Pacific Baraka.
Yeah, he had to make a play on the ball there. Excellent effort, excellent defensive effort, sweeping across the back there. Done well for his team there.
So we've got a little bit of a lull in play, but no, it's about to come back in now. Seth Michelin receives that ball from Henry Hayward, but loses control of it. Ronan McKenzie seems to be back to full health, and the ball comes wide now on the near side here to Baraka. He's got Tyler Michelin to get around. He finds Fleetwood with his pass there. Fleetwood with a little bit of time finds Bradley White. Bradley White sends the ball long to Lewis March, who's switched sides for the moment. Stayed over there from the last corner. Unable to keep it in, though. And it'll be a goal kick for International.
Wow, that was very good play. Very good build-up there. Build-up from the left back into the midfield there, switching and then going long. It's a formula that's worked for them many a time, and when it's on, geez, it does look really good.
As the ball comes out to Hayward once again, and he sends it inside to Matt Buetti. Matt does well from the ground. Sam Buetti puts in the challenge there on young Porter. Ball comes away now outside here to Tom Van Riet, but he can't keep it in. Thrown in from cutting to his captain Seller. Seller first time ball over the top of Tyler Michelin, cut off by McKenzie. He's inside to Fleetwood. Fleetwood outside to Baraka. He's got TVR down the line but goes inside to Brad White. Brad White looks for some options, switches it across. Lewis March to run on, but that's far too much on that one, and easy takings for James Kipping. Kipping takes the bounce. Sends a high long ball, but it droops down with a bit of wind to Buetti. Buetti heads it back to Casey. Caleb Casey cut off by James Davey, and it finds Lewis March. Lewis inside to Jake Blackwell, but he's unable to control it. Dan Allright sends that ball long, and it's out of play now from Baraka. They will get another ball in.
Yeah, I think both teams would like to see their number 10s on the ball a little bit more here. Get some clean play a little bit higher up the pitch. We haven't seen Matt Buetti on the ball as much as we normally would, and subsequently Blackwell as well. So I think if the teams can work out who works that out first, will probably create more high quality opportunities.
So cutting down to take the throw. Thrown to Caleb Casey. Caleb Casey tries to get around Sam Schumark. He gets the foot in, and he's lucky not to give away the foul there, because the throw's gone to Centrals. So Sam Schumark got away with that. Baraka throws it back in. A good throw to TVR. He's got Cutting giving him some grief, and the ball will go to Cutting. Good challenge there. He looks for options. Tyler Michelin, but Baraka does well. And it'll be another throw to International. Seth Michelin throws it in. Finds Matt Buetti. Tries to get inside the penalty box. He's taken to ground. And it'll be a foul just outside the area.
Yeah, he's got to be careful there. That's lucky not to be a card there, but it's just outside the box. But that's what we say. We want to see Matt Buetti as a international. We want to see him on the ball. And there we go, making that run. And just being with that forward threat that just causes the defender to have to make a play.
Absolutely, and the ball was nowhere there, so he is probably very lucky to get away without a card. So we're 20 minutes into the game, so the referees had some time to sort of assess, but the ball was definitely inside the penalty area. Matt wasn't, so here's Allright sending the ball in, and Central sending it out. So we've got a corner now for International. And it's going to be Sam Buetti to come across and take it as we have a look at that again. And yeah, it was a chance.
Yeah, I think there might have been an option here, especially with those opportunities, to keep the ball a bit lower.
This is where Cutting could make a run here for a short corner, but Sam Buetti sends it in towards the penalty spot. Matt Buetti with the head hits the crossbar and it falls to all right, back into the middle and cleared out by TVR. And it'll come out to Cutting, who will be happy to let it go out because it's off Gambier Centrals.
Wow.
Throws it back into Seth Michelin, but he can't read it right, and Fleetwood does. Finds Baraka. Seth Michelin puts in the challenge there, but Baraka gets rid of the ball. Fleetwood now with it. He's looking for options. It hits the back of Michelin's shoulder blade and falls to James Davey. He finds Hayden Cutting with the ball, but it's now with all right in a little bit of safety time. He's got Lockie Charlton on. And mistime ball goes to Tom Van Riet, who pushes it forward, but it's sort of against the where the Centrals players were thinking the ball was going. So it's out for another goal kick.
I think we can chalk that one up as a chance. Matt Buetti with the head trying to pump it there into the goals. It's just hit those square posts and come flying out.
Hey, we've always said it's cost probably more goals than it's given, the old square posts out here at Casadio Park.
Yeah, very much a real genuine opportunity here in the first half.
I think that one was certainly above centre line. I don't think it would have dropped down with round posts either, but the ball comes out to Henry Hayward. He can't control it, but Tommy Van Riet sends it back in to Seth Michelin. Ball to the chest of Sam Schumark, and Caleb Casey runs into him, but nothing given there. As now it's Matt Buetti going to the ground, and that's going to be the first card of the game. And it is Matty Porter getting the card there. And to the cheers of the black and blue faithful on the far side.
A little bit unlucky there. I thought that might have been a little bit less than the last one we've seen, but yeah, that's it. We got all day, in a grand final that you got to make a play on the player or the ball.
As we look at it again, where is the ball? Nowhere.
Okay, maybe I've given him a little bit more leg rope there. Matty Porter might owe me a Cooper's there, but at first glance it didn't look too bad, but no, I changed my mind.
So wherever you're tuning into us this afternoon, we are coming to you live on radio with 5GDR FM, also the Football SA Facebook page and YouTube channel with the live stream. Great to have the partnership working together, and the two Nathans here in commentary today. As the ball comes to James Kipping, just takes a little off the clock by keeping control of it and bringing it wide now to Hayden Cutting. Hayden Cutting's got Michelin down the line, but tries to go inside to Casey, but it's cut off by Schumark. Blackwell gets to that, but Seth Michelin does well to get back there. He's looking for options. The line's probably the only one he's got, and it'll be a throw-in to buy some time now.
Well played there by Seth Michelin, young player coming through the ranks, through the junior ranks, and now he's a real red-hot crack in senior football this year. He's had a great season.
Lewis March sends it in. It's to the head of Charlton. Finds the feet of Casey. Brings it to Matt Buetti. Matt Buetti with a little bit of time. He's now got two Centrals players to beat and tries to get around Davey and Baraka, but he can't find the feet of Tyler Michelin.
Probably would have liked to release the first one there and get Sam Buetti on the ball. Hasn't seen a lot of it so far.
As that one spills free, and it'll be another throw to International. So we are approaching the 25-minute mark of the first half. It's still 0-0, International versus Gambier Centrals, as Hayden Cutting sends that one out. Probably the first mistake he's probably made all day.
Yeah, we'll give him that one in the conditions.
And I don't know, he's getting a bit of a chat to here from our match official, perhaps demonstrating how the throw's to be taken. I don't think he's done anything wrong in that way, but it is Pacific Baraka to throw it back in. It finds the head of Cutting. He looks for Caleb Casey, but Blackwell's there. Takes the deflection off of All Right, but Blackwell gets it back. And the ball on the other side now with Henry Hayward. He finds Sam Buetti, who finds his captain in Christian Seller, who finds the chest of Seth Michelin. He's everywhere at the moment, Seth Michelin. But Bradley White cuts that one off, but only as far as Henry Hayward, who tries to find Seth, who couldn't control it. The ball comes back to Brad White, and his option of Tom Van Riet can't get to that, and it's out of play. Seth Michelin just down on the ground for a moment, but getting up well. No, we've got a foul here. Free to Centrals as we have a look, and must be Brad White just taken a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one, but the free's gone to Brad White. So he definitely had control of the ball, and there was no advantage there for Central, so bring it back. As Brad White looks for the options, he sends it long, and we had a couple of jumpers there with Sam Schumark and James Davey, who's pushed himself up from defence, but the goal goes begging, and it wasn't a bad chip there from Brad White.
No, that's a great thing to have in his arsenal, and if he can keep his composure today and stay on this pitch, he will be a huge asset to his team. That was a great, dangerous ball.
Unable to keep it in, ball comes out, and I don't think these players are used to having additional balls, so they're always used to getting the same one. Pacific Baraka throws it in to his captain, Jake Blackwell, who flicks it through to Lewis March, but cut off by Allwright, who then Charlton intercepts. Challenges Sam Schumark for it, and ball comes away through Henry Hayward now. He goes wide to Sam Schumark, back inside to Seth Michelin. He retreats a little bit to Henry Hayward, who's got his work to do with Brad White coming down on him. Sam Schumark comes away with the ball. Seth Michelin brings him to ground, and that's a free all day long. The challenge there from Seth. He was certainly wrong-sided to be able to get that ball. And it's just taken the back of Sam Schumark, as you can see there.
Centrals have increased their pressure here. They're 2, 3, 4 efforts on the ball, creating chances, creating free kick opportunities. That's just excellent effort. That's all between the ears. That's shows that they're really on here.
And we've got this free kick to be taken probably by Brad White again. He just chips it, but it hits Caleb Casey, and that's taken a deflection and gone in. Caleb Casey cannot believe what has just happened, and Gambier Central's 1-0 up in this at the 28-minute mark, as it's got to be declared an own goal because Brad White's shot you could not say was on target from where it was. It's just deflected and sent it high enough over top of everybody. Massive players in the penalty area. James Kipping can't read it, and that is in the back of the net. 1-0 to Gambier Centrals in the Barry Maney Group Limestone Coast Premier League Grand Final. And it is nice to go to someone who cares. Go and see the Barry Maney Group. Phone them on 87213 400. Visit barrymaney.com.au. And Inter now have to come from behind, which we know they're more than capable of doing. And the disappointment of that own goal has to be put to bed really quickly, and they need to regroup as Matt Buetti finds Henry Hayward. Henry looks down the line, high ball, that's going to be easy for Alex Hill to take that one. Seth Michelin can't really get involved in trying to put that one to level the scores. Hill sends a high long ball. Lewis March quick off the mark, but he's not going to be able to keep it in. And
well,
that's on the length of the field.
I think we can see which way the wind's blowing at the moment, which is certainly to the left of your dial. Yeah, and just going on before about Bradley White, like I said, if he can have the composure, stay on the pitch, help his team, you know, yes, that's an own goal, but that dangerous ball in, that's spectacular. That's right in the slot.
Ball comes out to Potter, who's obviously Porter on the yellow card, the only one in this match thus far. Lewis March, his cross in has been cut off, offside. Lewis March called offside prior to that one. So it'll be an international free kick just outside the penalty area. So the back four for Centrals has been pretty strong so far. Really, the only chance has come with that head for Matt Buetti. As Kipping sends a high ball, it's held up in the wind. Christian Seller reads it well. He controls it well with his feet. Finds Tyler Michelin. He pushes the ball wide to Hayward. Sam Buetti brings it back to Charlton. And looks like Seth Michelin's now come out to the right, and Tyler Michelin's gone into the middle as Charlton tries to control it. And we've got an offside call, but I think that came off of an Inter player. but it's been called. So I think that might be a little bit hard done by there for Centrals, but I don't know that Jake Blackwell was probably running onto it anyway.
No, I think we've got to remember too, it is pretty, you might not show it on the screen, but it's pretty ordinary out there, so the ref's probably getting blown around a bit too, you know. It is quite difficult conditions all around.
Caleb Casey steps over that ball, looks for his options, finds Sam Buetti. Good flick on to Matt Buetti, who flicks it on for himself to chase down past Porter. He's inside the penalty area, puts a shot in and just wide. It's a good chance for Matt Buetti. Got past his direct opponent in Porter with a great flick forward. That's fantastic work. Past McKenzie it was, and then Porter had to chase, and he gets inside the penalty area, and he sends it just wide. Ball now out wide on the opposite side with Baraka. He finds March. He's unable to keep it in on the halfway line. Quick throw into Michelin. That's Seth Michelin. He's got his options there, but Fleetwood sees that one over the line for Centrals. Finds his captain in cellar. Cutting back to him. Inside to Caleb Casey. Jake Blackwell puts in the challenge, and that's a free kick from Blackwell on Caleb Casey there.
As we've just seen too, that's more into style there. They have Sam.
And that's going to be a card for Lewis March.
Can't step over the ball.
He has to respect the distance, and he could see all right, wanted to take the quick one, which he's entitled to do, but you can't bring yourself back in to challenge for that ball. If All Right had have kicked it into Lewis March as he was still retreating, then that's not his wrongdoing, but we'll put number 7 into the little black book and take a little bit more time off the clock, although we'll add that 30 seconds or so back on.
A little bit of a silly one there. He doesn't need to do that. This isn't really a dangerous spot as we've seen in the first half. So, yeah, no need to be doing those sorts of things. We need to make sure that you have 11 staying on the park today.
And it's silly cards that then if something else happens, the second card becomes the one that sends you packing, which obviously we saw 2 weeks ago here with young Alex Abidi. Just a irresponsible card initially, and then the challenge just a couple of minutes later that saw him go. So ball now with Hill, goal kick, sent long and wide to Baraka. He's unable to keep it in. Ball with Cutting, Hayden Cutting. He's got some options. He's got Tyler Michelin, who he finds. Back to Cutting, keeps it in with his head, but it's off the feet of March, and it'll be another throw for Hayden Cutting. He's got Dan Allwright inside. He's got Tyler Michelin also. He finds Tyler Michelin, but the ball comes back too quickly with the wind, and it'll be a throw for Gambier Centrals for Pacific Baraka. Ball thrown, Cutting gets a head on it, tries to get the foot on it, but the ball is over the line once again. Another throw for Centrals. Throws it in, it's a foul throw given. It looked like 2 motions to me there. So throw in from Seth Michelin, looks for Caleb Casey. He's going to get a free for that as well. Just gets a little bit of interaction from his Central's opponent.
Sam's kicked that ball on and then going, no, I was giving it to the keeper. I was actually making it easy for him. That's a good call.
All right, sends that one. Baraka, it's over his head, but touches the foot of Seth Michelin, and that'll be a throw-in for the team in orange. Throw-in for Baraka once again. Throws it over the head of March to Cutting for international. Controlled by the chest of Schumark. Schumark finds Bradley White. Bradley White sends it wide, looking for Tommy Van Riet, but it's too far inside thanks to the wind, and James Kipping sends that one out over the sideline. Just into the attacking third for Gambier Centrals.
Seeing Inter here flirt with a very, very high line into the wind. Their centre-backs are very eager to run up. They've just got to be careful here. It has helped them this year.
Ball out the back to Lewis March. He sends it over the top of the goal sort of backing, and that will be a goal kick. And we must thank Fennel Forestry and Coopers for their support of football here in South Australia and the Limestone Coast. And at half-time, we'll be catching up with Wendy Fennel from Fennel Forestry to have a bit of a talk around the Fennel Forestry Scholarship Fund. And there'll be some presentations at half-time as well to recipients of some of the funding from that as well. So we thank Wendy Fennel and her team for what they've done for youth here in our region with football. Ball back in now with Charlton, finds Cutting. Cutting's got to get around March, who sees it back over the line. Throw in from Cutting, comes in to Tyler Mitchell, and he's got 3 Centrals players to get past, and finds it back to Cutting. Pacific Baraka unable to sort of deflect it back to his team, but it finds James Davey. Seth Mitchell comes in, but Baraka finds Fleetwood. Fleetwood gets around Seller, pushes the ball down the line to Lewis March. He's got Cutting chasing him. He gets into the penalty area with the ball, across the goal, and Dan Allwright has to try and save that, and does, but it comes back out to March. March has got Cutting, giving him a little bit of how you going, but he finds Fleetwood, who sends it in, and it's cleared by Lockie Charlton, only as far as Pacific Baraka and James Davey.
As we see this ball drop out of the sky at every opportunity it goes up in the air, that wind is definitely a factor here. It'll be interesting if it hangs around for the second half.
So throw in on the halfway line to Baraka. He finds Fleetwood, back out to Baraka. Great challenge there by Seth Mitchell, and he's brought down by Baraka, and that may be another little card. No, just a little bit of a talking to.
They're just going to be careful. A lot of players going to ground with their tackles here when they probably don't need to, and I think that's what he's pulling him up on there again, and we've seen a couple of fouls like that. So we're just going to be careful going for the back and going to the ground.
Caleb Casey sends a high ball in towards the penalty spot, but Alex Hill comes out, punches that one clear. Ball to Fleetwood. He's got Christian Seller going over top of him. Fleetwood's on the ground, and Caleb Casey has come in. And I think we've got the signal, or Fleetwood's given away the foul because he was on the ground maybe. As Seller comes over top, and then Fleetwood's come in, and yeah, he actually hasn't got the ball. He's got the player, so good decision. Saw the direction that he called. Gary Powers, our match official. So Caleb Casey around about 15 metres further forward and slightly further in than last time. Wind is going to be the factor. He's got to go to the back post, and does. You can see the movement of that ball and just hovering through the wind, and that's cleared absolutely everything behind the goal. Said it just
very hard to judge it there. I think we have a little bit of a giggle about that one, but yeah, in these conditions, it's hard to know what that ball's going to do.
They've got to keep the ball down.
Keep the ball down is the first step, yes. On target is the second.
So Alex Hill in the sand-pitted goal area. There was a lot of mud in there earlier, so they've tried to dry it out with a bit of sand. Sends the ball to halfway, and Jake Blackwell tries to control it. Brad White's taken by Sam Buetti, trying to get the ball. And Caleb Casey just wanting to join in and have a bit of a conversation with the referee there.
He just called the push of the hip there with Caleb Casey coming into the side there.
James Davey sends the ball long into the penalty area as Sam Schumark tries to get the head on it. He unable to keep it in play, and a chance for Centrals. A good ball from Davey. Well in the defensive half, 10 yards in, but yes, just Sam Schumark unable to sort of get any control of the ball.
They definitely look dangerous going forward into that wind, with that wind, I should say, sorry, Centrals. They're definitely picking their longer, harder passes well out there. It's actually really, really good ball movement.
So if you've just tuned in, we're in the last 5 minutes of the first half here at Casadio Park, and it's Gambier Centrals leading 1-0, and it's an own goal after a free kick for Centrals deflected off of the head of Caleb Casey just outside the penalty area that sent it up and over the massive players inside the box, and just dropped in under the crossbar near the back post. So that's what separates the two sides as Blackwell gets ahead on that one. Tries to find Fleetwood, but it's brought out by Sam Buetti. Sam Schumacher gone to ground. He's trying to say, I'm inside the box, when he's completely standing outside the box, I think, maybe. But definitely a foul nonetheless, and a free kick. As we see Fleetwood inside the box, and definitely outside the area there is Sam Schumacher. Caleb Casey giving away the foul. Bradley White probably 5 or 6 metres further in from where he took the previous free kick. And we've got a couple of players at the back post, Jake Blackwell, Sam Schumacher, James Davey. Dan Allwright gets a foot on that and clears it away safely, but it comes back to Ronan McKenzie. He looks for Lewis March, but it's intercepted by Hayden Cutting. He's on the ground, plays it back to his captain in Seller. Seller brings it wide to Matt Buetti, who was back doing some defensive work from the free kick. Matt Buetti with some fancy footwork, gets around Fleetwood and Lewis March, keeps going, flicks it out to Seth Michelin, who brings it back in, who first time pushes it out to Tyler Michelin. He sends it into the penalty area, and it's Porter getting good control of the ball with his chest, and tries to clear the safety, but it's back in quickly to Caleb Casey, and now it's cleared to safety, and Jake Blackwell will run onto this one-on-one with Lockie Charlton, but the ball comes out to Hayden Cutting. Lewis March does a great challenge there, gets inside Charlton. Dan Allwright gets back well, and ball unable to get to Jake Blackwell to try and take an extended lead into half-time. Ball with Caleb Casey. Sends it inside to Seller. Seller's got Sam Buetti asking for it. He takes a touch. Buetti gets the ball, pushes the ball wide, looking for Matt Buetti, and Matt Porter gets a foot onto that, but Sam Buetti quickly gets past him, and great defence work there from Ronan McKenzie, and he'll buy some time by putting that one out of play. But a great run from Sam Buetti.
Yeah, he was out there. That was a great tackle to stop that run. But now we're seeing I know it was coming out of a defensive play, but Matt Buetti got on the ball a bit deeper. Sam Buetti getting on the ball in the midfield and going forward, which has been the way that he's scored a lot of his goals this year, is to link up through the midfield, push forward, and then get the ball again. Inter really pushing here with only a minute and a half before stoppage time. So very interesting here coming into the half.
Sam Buetti takes the free kick, sends it to the back post, and Dan Allwright's there, but it's too high. Just carried that a little bit too far, and Dan, not the tallest player out there, but it's another opportunity that International don't really want to waste at this late stage of the first half. Alex Hill will try and take as much time off the clock as he can. Probably have an extra couple of minutes of stoppage time added, as Hill sends it low, looking for Sam Schumacher. He can't get a foot on it. It comes to Caleb Casey. He looks for Matt Buetti, pushes it to the penalty spot. Matt controls, and it's taken a deflection, I think, off James Davey there.
He's taken a punt there and tried to control it down. He's managed to get his body out of the way and get it to his feet, but just the last minute gets a foot in there, I think.
I'm pretty sure it did hit James Davey, so that's where we've got the corner.
He did get a foot to it in the end.
So,
oof. Game of inches.
Sam Buetti with the corner, sends it to the penalty spot. Up is Christian Seller. Ball comes to the back post, and Christian Fleetwood has seen that one out, so that will be another corner for International.
I think it's goal kick here. Goal kick's been called by the linesman.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, I thought Fleetwood got the last touch off that one.
He's a good salesman there, Matt Buetti, but not that time.
As Alex Hill looks for the options and sends it high and long to the halfway line. Tyler Michelin heads the ball, but it's only as far as Pacific Baraka. Sam Buetti unable to control it. Caleb Casey pushes it up to his own head. Sam Schumacher is taken to ground there, as he controlled the ball quite well in that challenge. And saying that's 4 times now. 4 times. He's keeping count.
It's very much a game in this midfield of who can stick their body in between the ball and the player and have a little tumble.
The touch was actually well before Sam actually fell, but it was a touch nonetheless, that's for sure. As now Caleb Casey gets taken to ground by Brad White, and he's now found himself in the book.
don't know. That might have been a bit of an accumulating one there. He might have spoke to him a couple of times about the body getting put in, because it didn't look like there was a lot there, but he's given a card there.
As we have a look, definite control from Caleb Casey. Gets a second touch on it, and it's a little bit late, so yeah, it's probably is cardable. The ball was nowhere to be played, so yeah, probably unlucky though for Brad White, because he's had a really good game, but it's just that that lateness of it. So he finds himself in the referee's notebook as we approach half time. All right sends a long high ball to the top of the penalty area. Seller up and flicks it on, but it's cut off by McKenzie. He's happy to try and find some safety in the line, but Cutting cuts it off. He's not happy to see it over the line, but it's over the other line, which will see a goal kick for Gambier Centrals. And that might be almost the end of what we see here in the first half.
Yeah, unless we see a length of the pitch kick, I think that might be all she wrote for the first half here.
He takes another look at his watch, the referee. Alex Hill looking for options. He's got Jake Blackwell and Lewis March out here on the near side, but it goes inboard and Jake Blackwell moves across well. I think Lewis March is onside, kept onside by Henry. No, he's offside. I thought Henry Hayward might have kept him onside there, but he's been given the offside.
Got lucky again there with the centre-backs pushing right up and down, all right, and Tuna Charlton, Lockie Charlton I should say, pushing right up and just letting that one get over the back. We'll be careful here.
And that is the first half written here at Casadio Park, and it is Gambier Centrals taking the lead into the half-time break, and it was through the free kick taken by Brad White that deflected off the head of Caleb Casey and went into the goal, and it is 1-0 to Centrals, and we'll see what the second half brings. The Mini-Roos are coming out on pitch. This is the Barry Maney Group Limestone Coast Premier League Grand Final. We thank the Barry Maney Group for their support. It's nice to go to someone who cares. Give them a call on 87213 400. And we must also thank Coopers and Fennel Forestry for all that they're doing for football here in South Australia and the Limestone Coast. We're coming to you on 5GDRFM and the live stream on the Football SA Facebook page and their YouTube channel. And we're going to take a break here at half-time, and we're going to catch up with Wendy Fennel from Fennel Forestry to talk about the Fennel Forestry Fund, and we'll be back here for the second half shortly.
Fennel Forestry Scholarship Fund has been set up to provide support for those girls and boys that are playing soccer in the Limestone Coast, to be able to further their skills. Yeah, I feel it's important that the regional kids aren't disadvantaged because of the distance to the major cities, and so it's really important to me that these kids are getting the support so that if they are wanting to advance their sport, they're not held back because of the distance they are from the major cities. Yeah, well, so the scholarship is about, submitting a request to us, and a panel has a look and awards the scholarships, and then we ask the kids to, help out at the events, hence the grand final today. They're all walking around and volunteering, so they're giving back to the sport as well. And then they'll use that to develop their skills or even go to major tournaments like the Singer Cup.
The new Ford F-150 has arrived. With Australia's torture testing done, it's ready to hit the road with 4.5 tonne towing for superior load hauling at high and low speeds, traction, stability and 4x4 systems, a new right-hand drive steering system, climate control systems, even extreme weather. We've put it through its paces. Torture tested for Australian conditions. The new Ford F-150 is ready to roll. Come and see it now at Barry Maney Ford, Mount Gambier.
Ready, set, run out. Race into your nearest Hyundai dealer for bonus offers of up to $3,000 across a range of petrol and diesel vehicles. Whatever you drive, we've got a deal for you. Hyundai Run Out is on now. Ready, set, run out.
The Ford Ranger was built without limits. It's bigger, tougher, smarter, and more versatile than ever. To prove it, we pushed it to its limit with a grueling test drive around the entire country. 16,000 kilometres, 16 test drivers, one Ford Ranger. Follow the journey online. Search Ranger Unlimited to watch every test drive.
For Centrals, also Matthew Porter, he found himself in the book, and Lewis March. So that may be a little bit of a concern for Centrals with 3 in the book in the first half. And as we said, silly cards can cost you later in the game. And we know that obviously throughout the 2024 season, Brad White's had some time off through card accumulations, but also red cards, and they need to make sure that he's got a cool head as the second half gets underway, because you don't want to be down to 10 men against Inter.
No, I don't. I think that is obviously a very crucial point to this. I think we'll find here that, I guess in my opinion, I see there that Centrals are running at a very high rate there. They'd be very happy with their first half effort. You know, their disposal has been very good. Their efficiency has been very good, and their chances that they've created. I think Inter's probably, on the other side of that, probably wouldn't be too happy with their first half performance. I think a positive for them is that they've still got a lot of firepower in the sheds. You know, I don't think we saw much of Sam Buetti on the ball or Matt Buetti that seem to be those link up in the final third that get the scoring opportunities. So, yeah, I think they'll probably come away a little bit disappointed they haven't done more with the ball, but also very optimistic that they'll have the win going forward. So, very, as we said, poised here. It's very set up to be an excellent second half, and Centrals will be wanting to keep their composure and continue on with the effort and the link-up play that they've started in that first half.
And we're just looking at a few highlights here of the first half on our monitor, and that head from Matt Buetti that hit the crossbar. If it was round posts, as we've spoken about, it probably would have actually been out for a goal kick. So it kept it in play, but unable to get that second chance at it. And there's the goal that took the deflection from Caleb Casey's head. And it was the only thing that separates these sides. But there's been a lot of run, a lot of chances. Matt Buetti's had a few and that was probably his second best chance, because the one that hit the back of James Davey to go out late in the half was. He did get a foot to it, and if it didn't hit James Davey, I think Alex Hill was sort of wrong-footed as well, and it is still slippery in that goal area. So we'll see that one shortly, probably here in the highlights reel as well. Christian Fleetwood's been very good on the ball. We know his foot skills. He's a very talented player, and we can know that he can run out the game, but he's also got a little bit of age on him now, and they tend to bring him off and bring some of that youth on in the midfield. So we'll see if he gets a good 20-25 minutes. And yeah, there's that last chance to Buetti. I don't know, Hilly may have had it covered, but I'm not quite convinced. And there's that last challenge. And here's the card to Brad White. Just a little bit late.
Do you think with the card strife that we've had there, and also what we've seen in the first half, and then trying conditions, do you think we might see some subs at half time there, Nathan?
Look, I don't think so. I think the first 5 or 10 of the second half, you'd see how it goes. Obviously, Centrals may need to be that little bit more defensive. Their back four has been really solid. Obviously, they've got Matty Porter on a card. So do you take him off and perhaps bring on somebody in that? Or you probably have to move maybe a TVR back if you're going to take him off, because the young players, Alex Abidi, predominantly forward playing. Kobe Cole can defend quite well. So is he an option to bring on back there? And also on the sideline, obviously Justin Saint, he's an aged player, but still has some great foot skills and ability to read the ball. And you've got young Nico, who transferred to Gambier Centrals this year after playing his juniors with International. He's still a junior, he's still an under-17, but moved across to Centrals this year, and he is a absolute live wire when he gets on the park. So there's some options there off the bench for Centrals. As we mentioned prior to half-time, Grant Garandi, Cedar Sofa, you've got young Jordan Millard on the bench as well, and Nick Moroney, that can all get called into action as part of this second half. So if they do make a sub at half-time, it doesn't cut into their opportunities. So if they do decide to make a change, but it looks like the team coming back out is the same 11 from both sides. Onto the park. So
I think flowing on from that, I think there is a big second half to come up for the coaches' boxes.
Yeah,
a lot of choices to come in here. When to make those subs? Do we inject some youth earlier? I think we're definitely going to see some young, talented, juniors and early, recent juniors into seniors, I should say, young senior players coming into the game. So it'll be a half to be seen from the coaches' boxes and their performances.
So it'll be Gambier Centrals with the kick-off in the second half. Some of the kids just being asked to get themselves behind the fence lines, and we do have the same 11. Looks like Dan Allwright's been pushed forward a little bit, and probably looking that Tyler Michelin might just fall back into that back four for Inter. Get Dan on the ball. We know he's a great striker of it, and if they're just trying to get a little bit more spark there in the midfield. Tyler Michelin's done a great job. Seth's done a fantastic job as well in the midfield. He's coming out onto the wing in the latter part of that first half, and
I do like Tyler Michelin behind the ball. That is definitely something he's more comfortable with, had more success with. So stick to what you know. Sometimes in a final, just to solidify that position. And yeah, I like this here. Free Dan Allwright up to be a bit more aggressive.
So The kick-off from Blackwell to Fleetwood finds Pacific Baraka, but his ball comes inside to Caleb Casey for the opposing side, and he puts a quick ball through to Allright. He's inside the penalty area, and Alex Hill is out well, and a second shot comes in, and has that gone as a handball? I think it has. I reckon there's an infringement there. Alex Hill did extremely well to get out to it, and have we got a red card?
Oh,
it's Ronan McKenzie.
Wow.
And it's denied the goal because it was probably on target.
Oh, no. That's,
you can be red carded for a handball inside the penalty area. And that is not what Gambier Central's wanted at the start of this second half. We'll try and get a look at this again because it was so fast. Dan Allright's first shot, and Alex Hill came out and got the ball. As we see here, Dan Allright pushes that. Alex Hill's out. The ball deflects out to Sam Buetti. He sends it in, and we don't seem to have McKenzie on the camera, but there he is inside the goal between the posts. So you would have to say that that's a correct decision.
Yeah, the ball was rocketed in by Sam Buetti on his right, mind you, and yeah, even the camera has missed that one with the speed of that ball. But I think he's probably put his ball out, put his hand out naturally outside his body and made a play on the ball.
So it'll be Matt Buetti to take the ball from the spot, as he's done once or twice in his career. And Alex Hill just needs to choose which way he's going to go. Just make the decision.
Yeah,
Matt Buetti's made his decision, and we will see what happens here to bring it level. Matt Buetti pushes it nice and easy to the far side. Into the game. Central's down to 10 men. What's it going to do to the back line now? Because there's got to be a change, and obviously Brody Coote not in the match sheet. That's a defensive option that they normally have, but they will need to drop a player back as we have a look at it again. A great ball from Caleb Casey through to Dan Allright. Dan gets his shot saved by Alex Hill. Sam Buetti hits that one, and it's a handball on the goal line, and sees Ronan McKenzie gone, and a goal now to level the scores in the 48th minute mark of the Barry Maney Group for Limestone Coast Premier League Grand Final. We must thank the Barry Maney Group. It is nice to go to someone who cares on Jubilee Highway West and the corner of Commercial Street and Kraut Streets. Their dealerships here in Mount Gambier. As we push forward again with Sam Buetti, brings the ball across, finds Seth Michelin's head, and Matt Buetti appealing for another penalty, but I don't think there's anything to do there. Matt on the ground, ball with Caleb Casey just outside the box, comes to Christian Seller. He goes wide to Seth Michelin. He brings it back to Henry Hayward. He finds his captain in Seller. Seller pushes it across, but it's cut off by Shoemark. Shoemark with pressure from Tyler Michelin. Finds Seller. Shot in and taken by Alex Hill on the last line of defence. He rolls it to
excellent
Fleetwood.
shot there, either side, and that might have been a really strong chance there.
Great work from Pacific Baraka there on Seller's challenge. As
seeing that again, we're going to ground when we're going to lay a tackle from behind.
Sam Buetti, a great cross there, comes to Seth Michelin. He heads it back in, and that's natural body position there from Brad White. You could not call that one a handball. His arm tucked in as close as it could have been to the side of his body. So it looks like they have dropped Brad White back into that fourth defensive position at the moment. So we'll try and see where the game goes. Ball out with Cutting on the far side. He's unable to keep it in.
I don't think they'd want to be doing that with Brad, but I think that might be trying to save him, keep him on the pitch. I think they would love him in the midfield more, but he'll do a job back there now.
Dan Allright, he's really put some pressure into this attack in the early stages of this second half.
Well, we spoke about the benches and what they have to do and the coaches in their box, and this has been a stellar move by International.
Absolutely. As Tom Van Riet's got his work to do here on Henry Hayward. He gets the ball taken off him, and it's now with Tyler Michelin. He sends it wide for Sam Buetti, and he's unable to keep it in, so it'll be a throw-in taken by Matty Porter. Porter sends it to Lewis March. I think that was a handball, but he gets away with it. He sends it inside looking for Blackwell, but it's cut off by Charlton, but it falls back to Fleetwood. Fleetwood retreats back to Porter. Porter back to Fleetwood. He's got Caleb Casey to deal with. Retreats back to James Davey, and Caleb Casey gets that one from Davey. Pushes the ball to Matt Buetti. Davey goes to ground and didn't need to there, but he's must have got a foot on it as Matt Buetti chases him down. And it'll be a throw in to International. As I'm not sure what James Davey got the ball there, but Matt Buetti goes to ground, but it is no foul given. And we've now got a corner for International.
We just see that at this level, you have to get something on the ball if you're going to go to ground like that, and he's taken a chance there and done a terrific job. So it is Caleb Casey to take the corner. Dan Allwright right in the middle of it. That one's out before it's in. So that's not going to get the job done there. Into this breeze, with this breeze, a little bit more finesse.
White brings it outside the area, but it's cut off by Henry Hayward. He goes inside to Lockie Charlton. Lockie Charlton looking for Caleb Casey, but it's cut off by Sam Schumacher. Great challenge from Tyler Michelin. Christian Seller comes away with it. As the ball now down the left-hand side of the park, and Hayden Cutting happy to see that one over the line. So we've got a throw in on the far side. It'll be Tom Van Riet to come across and take it just into the attacking third for Centrals.
I think everyone just takes a collective breath here just to settle down. It's been a pretty rip-roaring start to the first 4 minutes here.
A frantic first,
frantic
first 12 minutes of the second half. 7 minutes of the second half, sorry. And ball now with Fleetwood. Fleetwood tries to push it in, but it's blocked there by Seller. Comes away through Tyler Michelin as Pacific Baraka makes a mistake, and it comes to Seth Michelin. He sends it inside, but it's cut off by Brad White. Tyler Michelin receives that one, finds Allwright. He gets around Fleetwood with it. He's got options of Seth Michelin wide. Goes inside to Sam Buetti at the back post, who is offside. His header goes straight to Hill anyway, but he'll have to put it down and take the the offside kick.
We've got the moves there going forward, but I think I think International here need to just make the most of these opportunities now. Probably had a bit more a chance to make the extra pass there. Probably getting a little bit direct. That's probably harsh on Dan Allwright, but he is of that calibre.
He has sparked this Inter side in the second half in the early stages. So great move, as you said, from the coaches, and Centrals just need to combat that now. And Sam Schumacher's probably playing a little bit deeper than he'd like now as well, obviously with Centrals going down to 10 men. So throw in from Baraka, finds March, but the ball comes away through Seth Michelin. He finds the feet of Buetti, Matt. He finds Allwright. Sam Schumacher gives away the foul, but it's played through because the advantage was there for Seller, who had the shot, but it was saved easily by Alex Hill. But Dan Allwright's taken that one fairly heavily onto his right knee. A little bit late in the challenge,
yeah,
but,
I think for all
but
the ones
advantage was paid.
Oh, so, yeah. I think for all the ones we've seen there, that was definitely there.
So as we watch it again on our replay, taken there by Sam Schumacher, but Seller gets a nice clear shot at it, so a good advantage call, but doesn't make it any easier for Dan Allwright.
I think we might seen a bit of knee on knee there. I think that might just be a bit of a contact injury. Now that doesn't mean that's any less painful. That's actually quite a sickening blow when you get knee on knee, but I don't think it'll be any structural damage there. I think you'd be right.
He's up and about. So it'll be a drop ball for Alex Hill in the penalty area, and he brings the ball out through Fleetwood. Fleetwood's got Porter wide, but he comes inside to March, who goes wider to Porter. Porter's brings it into the attacking half, pushes it forward for Lewis March, but it'll be cut off by Cutting. Brings it inside to Charlton. He sends it back into their inter-attacking half, but it's cut off by James Davey. And ball stays in. Caleb Casey keeps it in and takes a little bit of a turn, finds Cutting. Cutting gets it taken off him by Sam Schumark, but Caleb Casey does well with a nice slide in and pushes that one out of play. Matt Porter throws the ball in, looking for Sam Schumark. Sam Schumark gets around, but just takes a little bit of a deflection inside to Lachlan Charlton. Ball now with Sam Schumark. Got a little bit of time on it. Back inside to Seller. Seller finds the feet of Buetti. He pushes it wide, thinking there's somebody running through there, but there wasn't. And it'll be a throw-in for Matt Porter.
Yeah, I think Centrals have got to be brave here and use their number 6, use Christian Fleetwood, build up through the midfield again. That's what helped them so much in the first half. Bit too direct to start this second half.
And that one spills through, and Matt Buetti, that is a card all day long. Yeah, you've got to keep your feet in that situation. It could have been really nasty. So Alex Hill gets up quickly, which probably helps the situation. But yeah, that was just a little bit silly from Matt Buetti there.
Yeah, didn't need to do it. Just like we see with Lewis March in the first half. You got to stay on the pitch. Don't want silly cards. We want to play on the edge, but yeah, we got to be careful.
It didn't actually make contact, but trip. And
well, I thought I might have seen a little bit of contact there. I think he should more. Other than that, he sold it very well.
So. But definitely didn't need to slide in there, Matt Buetti. He could have pulled himself up quite easily. So Lockie Charlton goes up well there, gets the ball, but it falls to Sam Schumark. He's got TVR running down the right wing. Henry Hayward comes across, but TVR has another chance, but sends it around about twice the height of what the goalposts are, so that's never going in.
I think Louis March would be a little bit annoyed there as watches coming through. He was poised at the back post there. And in a little bit of space as well.
And we've got James Kipping right now just looking for the options.
We see that also here at the centre forward position, we're seeing a old school tag with Brad White and Dan Allwright. He's going the full, almost a hug out there.
So,
yeah.
So we've now got a change here, and Alex Abidi has come on, and it is Tom Van Riet that's gone off. So some speed, some goal-scoring press, and Alex Abidi is quickly moving down the line, wanting the ball from Sam Schumark, but the ball's got to stay in the field to have any chance of getting that one to Alex Abidi. So it's a good change from the Gambier Central's side. Tom Van Riet, new dad as well, just a few weeks back. It's Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and those no longer with us.
And the ball from Davey intercepted by Sam Buetti. Davey does well to sort of push that one out of play. And the ball will come back in through Sam Buetti. Buetti with the throw inside the penalty area. Looks for Allwright. Allwright gets the head on it, but flicks it just past the back post. And Seth Michelin unable to run onto that one and cause any grief to Alex Hill and the rest of the Gambier Central's team.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here, because the keeper's calling to come in because he knows the ball's going to fall out of the sky if he tries to pump it too long. They're going to have to show some aggression here.
Looks for March. March sends the ball to Abidi for his first touch of the game. Alex Abidi tries to get past Tyler Michelin, but Tyler does well to mirror him. Blackwell sends the ball wide to Porter, who pushes forward for a moment. Ball comes inside to March. March gets a flick on, but it's easy pickings for James Kipping. He holds it in his hands, sends it long and high in the Allwright direction. Dan Allwright controls with a great bit of footwork, finds Matt Buetti. Matt Buetti controls it well, tries to push it through, but cut off by Davey. But it comes back to Matt Buetti, finds Sam Buetti. He sends a high ball to the back post. Seth Michelin just outside the penalty area. He's got Caleb Casey to retreat to, and does. Caleb Casey one touch and then sends it in to Seller. Comes back to Caleb Casey, but that one's up and over the top of the crossbar and everything else behind the goal. Ball back in for Alex Hill. He's looking for the options. Matt Buetti still inside the penalty area, but he'll be asked to come back out. And Alex Hill looks for the options that he's got. Dan Allwright also right at the top of the penalty area. We can see him just in our camera shot now.
We just passed the hour mark. We're in an arm wrestle here, Nate. This is a very strong contest.
The extra time today will be 15 minutes each way if it's needed.
You might have called that, mate. You might have called that. You've been around a lot longer than me.
You never know what's going to happen in 90 minutes of football. As Christian Seller gets past Fleetwood and Pacific Baraka comes in and gets a foot on that one. Seller to throw it back in quickly. Finds Caleb Casey, but it's cut off by Jake Blackwell. Good chest down and then sends it back out to some safety. And Gambier Centrals can gain some breath. And Caleb Casey will take the throw on this near side. Unfortunately, with the scaffold, we can't really get the camera shot in. But ball inside from Lewis March, looks for Pacific Baraka, but it's found Christian Fleetwood. Christian Fleetwood sends it long in the Sam Schumark direction, but it's cut off by Lockie Charlton, but falls to Alex Abidi. He tries to find Schumark, but it's cut off by Cutting, and Hayden Cutting sees the ball out, and it is the ball to Centrals to be thrown in once again from Pacific Baraka. Played a great game for a young kid today in the back line. He's got Alex Abidi looking for it, but goes inside to Blackwell. Blackwell flicks it up and over and gets his own ball. Goes to ground. Tyler Michelin steps around him, comes away with the ball, but only as far as Fleetwood. Fleetwood's got Porter on the left-hand side of him, but goes forward towards Lewis March. It's cut off by Charlton, but it falls back to March. March comes to the opposite side to Sam Schumark. Sam Schumark brings it back inside, pushes to the back post to to Lewis March. Lewis March gets the ball again, back inside to Sam Schumark at the top of the box, and that's cut off by Hayden Cutting. Ball falls to March once again, but comes out to Sam Buetti for a bit of safety, and he sends it through to Dan Allwright, who couldn't control it, and James Davey has to do the defensive work. He finds Christian Fleetwood. Christian Fleetwood looking for options, has to come back to Baraka. Baraka into Abidi. He's got Seller to deal with, and now Caleb Casey to deal with, and Casey gets a foot on that to Allwright. He sends it wide to Matt Buetti, who runs onto this one past Porter. Porter putting in the chase, and Buetti comes in, has a shot, and well saved by Alex Hill there on the near post, and pushes it to ground, gets his second effort, rolls it out to Fleetwood now. And Fleetwood's got his captain and Blackwell, who gets the ball from Baraka, but can't do the quick 1-2. It's intercepted by Seth Michelin. Seth Michelin to Henry Hayward. Henry Hayward, he's got some options and decides to go backwards to Tyler Michelin, who's moved into that central defensive position with Dan Allwright pushing up. And that ball's gone a little bit too long from Tyler Michelin.
Seeing Central settle into this second half, with their, getting Christian Fleetwood back on the ball a lot more, which is incredibly positive for the team and how they play. And the opposite type of play we're seeing from International is very direct. Touch, turn, and playing wide, long ones, which I think we can probably both agree, Nate, that Matt Buetti is not looking like that injury is causing him any issues from earlier in the year. No.
As the ball comes to Sam Buetti, he tries to push it inside to Allwright or Matt Buetti, but goes a little bit too far forward. And Alex Hill could have picked that up, but chose not to, and pushes a little bit of pressure on his defence, but the ball comes to White. White sends it inside, but it's going to be cut off easily by Lockie Charlton. He finds his captain in Christian Seller, who finds Matt Buetti. He first time flicks it looking for Allwright, but it's a little bit too far forward for Dan to be able to run onto. Ball comes out to White. Brad White, he's got Pacific Baraka wide, goes high to Sam Schumark. He controls it well with his chest, brings it out to the near side to get around Henry Hayward. He runs down this right wing, and Henry Hayward has put in the challenge there. That will be a card, and it's got to be... no, he's not going to the pocket. It's that was a would it be a promising attack? You would think he stopped. I would have thought so.
I think he can find himself very lucky there. He's thrown in above the knee with his lower body, not really his feet. He's really taken him there.
He has. There's no ball in that whatsoever. Lucky not to get away with without getting a card in that particular challenge, Henry Hayward. So we've got Brad White to take a free kick here, around about 25 yards out, just inside the right-hand sideline. Both hands in the air, back post, generally. As he sends that one towards the penalty spot, back post. Lewis marches up, gets the head on it, but would have dropped under the crossbar, but the safe hands of James Kipping sees that one out of the goal. So ball back to Henry Hayward, inside to Christian Seller. Seller back looking for Hayward. Seth Michelin and Hayward combine. Dan Allwright, nice ball from Henry Hayward there, but Dan Allwright unable to run onto it. Comes back to Brad White from his keeper in Hill. Pacific Baraka finds Abidi. Abidi's got to get past Tyler Michelin but can't. Michelin pushes it inside to Seller. Seller further into the middle of the park to Matt Buetti, who finds Sam Buetti. Sam Buetti only finds James Davey, who clears that to some safety, but it's going to stay in thanks to the wind, and Hayden Cutting tries to push the ball to Sam Buetti. Sam Buetti's got Lewis March to deal with and comes away with it to Matt Buetti. Matt Buetti taken, Porter's gone here. That is a second yellow, and he is gone. That is absolutely devastating for Gambier Centrals, and it probably wasn't a late challenge, it just happened that he was there. We'll have a look at that again on our replay in just a moment, but back to 9. This is going to be tough. 67-minute mark, and Matt Porter is sent from the ground, and yeah, it's not what you want in a grand final. We saw it a couple of years ago, I think, in these two teams. I think Inter had a couple of players down in that game. As we see it again, great ball from Sam Buetti, flicked through, and just a little bit of a late clip as Matt Buetti tried to run onto the ball. We definitely moved the ball on, so probably the right call from our match official.
Probably could have let him go there, and but it's very hard to say that from our position. But yeah, quite unfortunate there.
All right with the free, sends it high and too high, and Matt tries to get the rebound, but it's got a rebound off the crossbar, not the back netting. So it'll be a goal kick to Gambier Centrals. So that's 2 defenders that they've lost now, and we need to see where they go with this. It looks like at the moment they're just playing with a back 3 just for the moment. So we'll see what transpires here. Looking for Schumark. Schumark gets the ball past Tyler Michelin. He's gone to ground and he's won the free kick. Quickly takes it, looking for a Beattie to run onto, but James Kipping quick on that one off his mark because he was already out at the edge of the penalty area. And ball now falls to Caleb Casey. Caleb Casey's got to get around Blackwell, and the ball's out, and it'll be a throw-in for Sam Buetti to take here for International.
I think Centrals here have got to make sure that they support their young players, get them on the ball, do a bit more running, use those young legs to run a mismatched sort of midfield at the moment.
Ball with Pacific Baraka. He tries to send it long, but the only player there is Henry Hayward for International. He comes inside to Caleb Casey. Caleb Casey has got Sam Buetti all by himself. He's got Cutting running on and passes the ball to him. Cutting cuts it back in, just over the crossbar. Great ball movement from this side to the other with the intercept there from Henry Hayward, sending the ball back across to the opposite side. Ball comes away now with White, and was Matt Buetti outside the box when the ball was originally played? I'm not sure, but
not sure
we'll
about that.
Take 2 of the goal kick anyway. Is what they'll do. And we've got substitution on the far side, and it is Henry Hayward going off for the substitution, Nick Moroney to come on sporting the, whatever you want to call it, hairstyle.
He likes to keep up with the trends, does Nick Moroney. I don't know what you would call that. A bit of a hyper look about him there. He's hopefully going to use his bit of Super Saiyan look to come in and settle this defensive midfield role, I believe.
So a bit of experience here with Nick Moroney, and a great game from Henry Hayward, and he's really done nothing wrong, but you need some fresh legs, and Nick can give that. Another player that's had his fair share of injuries over time, but continues to be able to play at the high level when needed. So ball now with cutting. Sam Buetti takes that one, and Nick Moroney's first touch of the game pushes it to his captain in Sella. Sella pushes the ball inside towards the penalty spot, but it's cut off by Fleetwood. Fleetwood sends it high. Blackpool trying to get underneath it, but it's Sam Buetti that gets the head on it. Ball falls to Fleetwood, but it's only a high clearance to Seth Michelin. Seth brings it back to Caleb Casey, who pushes it inside the box to be cut off by Brad White. He sends it high. Cutting reads it well, and the ball will come out to Tyler Michelin. Michelin sends to Casey. Casey with some time finds Sella. Sella's got to get around to Beattie, and might retreat here a little bit here. Back to Tyler Michelin through Caleb Casey. Ball wide to Seth Michelin. Seth Michelin brings it back inside, but Hill gets to that one before Allright can. But Brad White would have intercepted it if Alex Hill wasn't there. Ball with the Beattie in the middle of the midfield for Centrals, but his ball finds Charlton. Charlton, great second effort, finds his captain in Sella. Sella 1-2 with Matt Buetti. He pushes it wide to Sam Buetti. Sam Buetti's played a solid game today, brings it high with his left foot to the chest of Caleb Casey. Casey chasing, Allright with the foot a little bit high, but no contact made. Ball falls to Seth Michelin. Seth Michelin crosses to the opposite side to Sam Buetti, who's got acres out there. He steps inside the penalty area, pushes the ball high and too high, and that'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, I think the incentive here is to all-out attack by Inter, but they really need to use the extra 2 players they have on the pitch to their advantage. So we could probably see them build up through their midfield and into the final third. I don't know if you can see it on the screen as well as it is here, but the weather is quite rough, and we are starting to get some rain as well. So keeping that ball on the deck and using good quality passes and possession is the way home.
We've just gone past the 72-minute mark in the match, and it is the Barry Maney Group Limestone Coast Premier League Grand Final, and of course we must thank the Barry Maney Group for their support. 87213 is the phone number, or visit barrymaney.com.au. Automotive dealers here in Mount Gambier, and proud major sponsors of the Limestone Coast Premier League. And we must also thank Coopers and Fennel Forestry, great partners of Football SA and the Limestone Coast Football Association. And it's great to have all their support here throughout the season and on Grand Final Day. And, we're coming to you live on Radio 5 GTR FM and the Football SA live stream on the Football SA Facebook page and YouTube channel. Wherever you're tuned into us, hopefully you're dry, you're warm, and you're enjoying this. It's 1-1, and we're into nearly the final 15 minutes of regulation time. The ball with Fleetwood, pushes wide to Sam Schumark. He looks for Jake Blackwell, but Lockie Charlton's aware of that one. Heads it to Cutting to Casey, back inside to Nick Moroney. Nick Moroney sends the ball low, but it's cut off by Fleetwood, and Fleetwood's challenge on Sam Buetti is given the advantage here to Matt Buetti, who finds Allright at the top of the penalty area. Allright puts in a low shot, but it's taken by Alex Hill, and good advantage played there by the referee, and Sam Buetti gets up, so he's okay. Tyler Michelin with the ball now. Sends it inside to Allright. Allright's got to get past Brad White. Puts in not much of a challenge there, and Allright goes past him but can't do much with it. Abidi comes away with the ball. Alex Abidi, he's got Sella to deal with. Sella gets the foot on the ball and gets the ball. Brad White puts in a challenge, and it's Christian Fleetwood not giving away the ball there. Got the ball, according to the referee, said play it on. And Sam Schumacher goes up over Nick Moroney, and he's given away the foul on this occasion. Dan Allwright still down after that little challenge there before. So we'll see if we can get a look again at that. I don't think Brad White did anything wrong at all in there.
No, I think it might have been a knock on the same knee that he copped earlier. And yeah, it didn't look like there wasn't much in it. It looks like he's it's gone down with, probably just from the earlier contact.
So Brad, the foot just came up from Brad, and then Fleetwood's just got him, but I think he's holding it from that little bit of foot from Brad White, who really in the motion he was in, like there was nothing in it, just hitting that same spot probably that was still a little bit niggly. So
as we take a moment to step over the ball here.
The rain coming down at Casadio Park.
Horizontal.
Caleb Casey sends the ball into the box, but nobody home to be able to read that one.
Just take a moment to just thank all our fans for braving the weather and coming out this weekend. But yesterday with the Women's Premier League Grand Final, and obviously today, we've got a substantially good crowd for what the weather has dished us up. So well done to our local fans for supporting our local leagues.
As Alex Hill looks for his options, there's not many of them out there with just 9 on the park for Gambier Centrals. And the ball forward momentum again for international through Caleb Casey and Sella, as Dan Allwright has given away the foul there, I think. He's just asking the question, what did I do? But Brad White is down on the ground. I think he'll get up okay. But just a little bit of a... I think he just turned his back on it, and the moment you do that, you're probably going to give the foul away.
He's had a good game, Brad White. Obviously, he's had his demons, as we discussed multiple times. But I think with his positional change and from the midfield to the back line, he's done very well to keep his team in this.
Look for Lewis March down that left side, but cut off by Cutting. He finds Sam Buetti, and the ball put out by James Davey. He's been solid today, all day, James Davey. And ball thrown in, looking for Matt Buetti. And Matt Buetti saying, that'll be my ball. And the assistant referee says, yes, I agree with you. So we'll have a corner on the far side. But whether it was Matt Buetti's ball or not, he'd be still saying it's my ball.
Good salesman.
So we're certainly none the wiser as to how this match is going to finish, even though Centrals, if you've just joined us, are down to 9 with Matt Porter and also Ronan McKenzie, both being sent off in this game. Ronan with a handball on the goal line, and Ronan McKenzie, and Matt Porter for the accumulation of 2 yellow cards. Ball inside. Lewis March, it looks like he's gone back to just field that extra defensive position when needed. Ball comes out the near side to Blackwell. He keeps it in well. And you can see the water coming up off the playing surface here from this little recent rain. And Caden Cutting has given away the foul there. And everyone's saying you need to show him something, and he does. Alex Abidi moving away from goal, so although it was a one-on-one, but certainly no ball there to be played. And Alex Abidi gets up quickly, bounces up, so certainly a card.
You definitely know how dangerous that young player is on the ball, especially in that final third. But Casadio's changing away from goal, but he could change direction so quickly. I think if you're Central, you're saying you're wanting a different colour, and if you're Inter, you're saying you just take that and move on. But very dangerous. Lovely to see him working through the midfield.
Another chance here from a set piece for Central's Brad White. He had one from a similar spot earlier in this half. Both hands in the air. Rain really coming down now here at Casadio Park. Allwright gets back to head that one away to Sam Buetti. His head finds Fleetwood, who finds Lewis March, who only finds Matt Buetti, who fights his way through all of that to come away with the ball, and is now taken down by James Davey and will win the free kick there.
Oh, another card shown.
So The referee's going to get a bit of RSI here, as we can see the camera getting a little bit water-soaked at the moment. Matt Buetti still saying, I'm down on the ground and give me a little bit of breather. Linda McKenzie, the McRobert, comes out for a little bit of assistance, but Matt says, no, I'm all good now.
Yeah, speaking from experience there, mate, as a referee, bit of ride-up to do after this one. But, yeah, I do like the battle that we're seeing in the midfield. It is a little bit uncouth and a little bit sloppy, but that's what you're going to see. You're going to see in days like this, but what a midfield battle we've seen today. Short ball from
Moroney to Caleb Casey. Oh, all right, gets ahead on that one, but can't direct it into the goal. But nice little pass to Caleb Casey to gain a little bit of distance, and it was, in the end, another opportunity to break this game open. It's just gone begging. So we've got another substitution happening here, and it looks like Christian Seller going off. Doesn't happen often, but Seller is leaving the park, and it is Cedar Sofa to come on. Matt Buetti has taken the captain's armband, and we've got a little bit of speed here, fresh legs with sort of 9 minutes to go in regulation time. So that's the second substitution for international. Ball out to Blackwell. Blackwell controls it just inside the line, tries to send it into Abidi. Abidi will intercept that from Michelin's sort of misreading of it. Ball back out to Abidi from Sam Schumark. He tries to move it into the box, cuts it across, and James Kipping gets that one. The rain subsided just briefly. A little bit of mist is about all we've got at the moment, as Caleb Casey comes through the middle, finds Matt Buetti now sporting the captain's armband, and that's a foul from Blackwell, but it falls to Moroney, so the advantage is played, and Allright steps over that one, puts it on his right, pushes it towards the back post, but just a little bit too high. Another advantage played there by the referee, and rightfully so. Nick Moroney came away easily with that ball and found Allright. So
I think head referee here, Gary Powers, has done a good job of paying advantage, very clear with his communication on the pitch.
As we see the water fly up from the ball there at the feet of Tyler Michelin, he sends it across to Hayden Cutting, one of those numbers that's been recorded in the little black book. Ball comes inside, looking for Allright, and Michelin was there as well in the Seth variety, but it comes away through Fleetwood. He's looking for options that he's got. He's got Pacific Baraka running down this right-hand side, and he cuts back and brings it back to Fleetwood. Fleetwood's got to go inside to Blackwell. Blackwell comes back out looking for a beatie, but it's cut off by Cedar Sofa with a head. That's his first touch for the afternoon, but it's back to Brad White in the last line of defence now. Ball sent looking wide, but unable to get to March. Cut off by Cutting. Cutting ball finds Seth Michelin, who's gone down. He's holding his calf. Might have a little bit of cramp, I think, Seth Michelin. Ball comes away now with Sam Schumark. Schumark has got Tyler Michelin to deal with. Just inside the penalty area. Can't do anything silly here, the two interplayers. Caleb Casey comes to join the party, and it is cleared out, and it'll be a throw for Centrals.
Definitely poised here for a big moment. We've seen last year in the last week, in the semi-final, that Sam Schumark put out a last-minute winner in stoppage time to score. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be in this last 10 minutes, 7 minutes and change?
So Seth Michelin is up and about, so that's good news for Inter. Throw in from White, only finds Cedar Sofa. And ball falls to Caleb Casey. He sends it across to Dan Allright. Dan's single touch, nicely done to Matt Buetti. Matt Buetti's got options running on, but James Davey intercepts. Ball comes back to Hayden Cutting. He finds foot to Allright, back to Cutting. Cutting pushes wide to Matt Buetti. He's got to get around Lewis March and sends it in, but Pacific Baraka's there and does well against his opponent in Cedar Sofa.
Great ball in there.
We're going to have a corner.
Considering these conditions, to get anything in the box that's not 10, 12 metres high and sprayed wide is commendable.
So we've got a corner kick. Just can't quite see it in our camera due to the scaffold. So it'll be Cedar Sofa sending it high and to the back post. And Matt Buetti's up, but Alex Hill's up and gets a little touch forward to Lewis March. Ball comes to Hayden Cutting, but he's got to get past Blackwell. But Blackwell gets the better of it, brings it inside looking for a beatie. Cut off by Lockie Charlton. Ball comes back to Tyler Michelin from Seth Michelin. And he goes to Nick Moroney. Nick Moroney pushes it wide to the outer side to Hayden Cutting. Cutting down the line to Sam Buetti. He's had a really good day, Sam Buetti. Inside to Caleb Casey. Casey finds Allright's feet. Allright's got to get around White, but can't. And Brad White sees that one out. We're into the last 5 minutes of our regulation time. And this game hangs in the balance. Great ball, Matt Buetti. He has come from behind the player and he's come over top of him. Great header, great ball, and that is what we know they can do. And Matt Buetti has brought this game to life. Cairns Central's with 9 recover to bring this game back level. It is.
Well, we said it was going to take a moment, Nate. We said it was going to. I did say it was going to take a moment to get the job done, and that's one of those. I think there was a few that went begging for Caleb Casey in the first half. A few knuckleball attempts or punch the ball, and that one he's just whipped in, as we see here. The replay here on our screen is just curved in beautifully, and as a striker should be in the right spot to put that one away in the bottom corner.
Caleb Casey, some redemption for the own goal given earlier in the day. Chalk that one up as much as his goal as it is Matt Buetti, and very well done for International in this one with 5 to go. Now 2-1 is the lead to International here at Casadio Park. Barry Maney Group Limestone Coast Premier League Grand Final. And we thank the Barry Maney Group. It is nice to go to someone who cares. 87213 barrymaney.com.au, and also our partners in football through Fennel Forestry and Coopers. Ball with Tyler Michelin now here on the near side. He looks for Allright. Allright just sort of flicks it through, but that's not going to be able to be gotten by any of his teammates. And Alex Hill lets that one go out for a goal kick. Quickly taken to Brad White. Brad White finds Jake Blackwell, Central's captain. He's inside to a Beattie. Beattie's got Sam Buetti trying to come around him. Sam Buetti does extremely well there and comes away with the ball as Brad White lays the tackle, and ball has taken a touch and will be a corner. Brad White came in, and
the two guys that I said that need to stay on this park were just about to show down there, I reckon.
So that was excellent work from Sam Buetti there. Brad White comes in, and he obviously got a touch on it because we've got a corner. So it's Brad White sliding in, but it's just taken that deflection, sent it high. Cedar Sofa now to take the corner once again. As Caleb Casey looks for the short, but it's a goal kick before it's anything else. Puts it down, quick one to Brad White. Brad White sends it wide and high and out. So Cedar Sofa gets the other ball. He's going to chew a little bit of time off the clock. He'll just sit it down for Tyler Michelin to come and take this throw. The time now with Inter. Caleb Casey controls it. He can go back to Michelin. He does. Cedar Sofa back inside looking for Caleb Casey. Caleb Casey gets the ball. He's got Jake Blackwell to deal with. Gets inside the penalty area, but it's cleared by Baraka. Baraka gets it out to Schumark, and Schumark comes away with it. He's got Fleetwood running wide on this side. Lewis March offside, and the flag is up. Alex Abidi was on, but Lewis March, the player, infringing for the offside, and that's where it went. So we'll have another stoppage here.
We'll obviously see Inter probably try and put the cue in the rack here a little bit and build up the play, whereas Central's just got to go now. They've just got to link 2 or 3 passes together and get someone running. Get someone running wide. Look like they might even make another change here.
Ball now with Matt Buetti sporting the captain's armband for this last 15 minutes of the game, plus if there is. And ball comes to James Davey. He sends it back into Hill. Hill back out to Davey. Just a nice 1-2. Brings it across, but we've got a whistle. So Brad White's down on the far side. So they'll bring it back to Alex Hill because the ball was at his feet when the whistle's gone. But I'm not sure what's happened to Brad White over there.
Tussle there, and I think he might have copped one in the head on the way down. But he's back up now.
He's holding the back of his head.
Yeah, I think he might have copped one on the way down by Matt Buetti in a contest there, right on the sideline there.
So we've got our final substitution here for International. It's a double substitution. And it'll be Sam Buetti to vacate and Caleb Casey by the look of it. And coming on a couple of youngsters to get on to the park for their first run of the afternoon. And it's Grant Garandi and also young Jordan Millard. Yeah. So they're using the full bench apart from Joel, the reserve goalkeeper, Joel Bull.
Also Nico coming on as well.
And Nico for Centrals now is that sub. And making way is Brad White. So the referee will come back in after making all of those notes in his booklet and to drop this ball for... No, he's going to take it back out where it was where James Davey had it. So it'll be a drop ball still to Centrals, but that's where Hilly did the 1-2 back out to James Davey. So it'll be Jake Blackwell looking for a teammate. Tries to find Nico for his first touch of the afternoon. But ball comes away through Fleetwood for Centrals now. They need to get a wriggle on as Nick Moroney puts in a challenge there, and he's given away the foul. So quickly taken by Torito to Fleetwood. He sends the ball long, looking for Schumark. Cut off there from Charlton.
We're looking to have a tight defensive shape here. Centrals are going to be all out attack.
Then Schumark saying, I want that one, but it was handball, it was handball, it was handball, and they're going to play the corner. Either way, off Inter. And yeah, not sure that there was too much there on that. So Sam needs to focus here, find a teammate, see
last
what they
chance
can do.
Here. Last roll of the dice. The refs had a quick glance at his watch here.
Everybody up, everybody in the attacking third here, apart from Alex Hill, as the ball falls short and it's headed away from All Right. There's nobody back there, so Christian Fleetwood tries to be the quickest, but it's not. It's Cedar Sofa who's the fastest back to it. Jake Blackwell does well. Just gives a nice little touch back to his keeper in Hill. Comes away to Fleetwood. Fleetwood brings it wide to Torito. Nico with the ball out to Baraka. He's got a couple of options. Finds Fleetwood, who pushes it to looking for Abidi, but it holds up to March. Abidi comes back to get this ball, but Charlton comes away and flicks it wide. Only as far as Pacific Baraka. Baraka sends it across. It falls to Schumark. Schumark controls it with a bit of aerial work. Comes away with it from his direct opponent in Girardi. As Abidi can't get that one, and it falls to Matt Buetti now here on the near side. Nico shadowing, looking, trying to get the ball. Back from Sofa, back to Tyler Michelin. Michelin inside to Nick Moroney. Moroney gets his ball cut off by Nico. Fleetwood back to the captain Blackwell. Blackwell pushes the ball forward to Abidi. Abidi has a shot and it's saved. It's come back out. Abidi with a second chance.
Wow. And he's been looking dangerous all afternoon.
Ball now with Moroney. That was a shot on target, well saved by Kipping. Ball comes away through cutting to All Right on the halfway line. And James Davey, no, it's out off All Right. So ball inside now with Fleetwood from the throw-in. falls to March. March gets taken down by Charlton, and that will be a free kick just outside the penalty area, probably 20 yards, 22 yards. Charlton just a little bit more player than ball in that one.
I don't know if he was actually trying to clean him up there. I think he was just clumsy. He was coming to the back there, but definitely a free kick. Well played by the referee. No cards in that situation.
So young Nicholas Teodoto to take this free kick.
One of the bigger kicks of his young career here.
We are in stoppage time, well in stoppage time. Great defensive work from Matt Buetti up. Kipping gets a fist on it, falls to Davey. Davey unable to do anything with it. Comes to Moroney, goes wide looking for Girardi, and it will be a little bit of a deflection, so it's an inter throw. We've had obviously a couple of red cards and some subs in this half, so we'll have a little bit of additional stoppage time. We're into 5 minutes of it now, and the throw-in from Moroney. Davey does well, pushes it high, looking for a Beattie. A Beattie's got to get past Millard, who's just come on for Inter. And the throw-in is wide. Is Alex Hill going to throw this in or just give it back to Baraka? No, Hill throws it in.
The throw here.
He throws it to his captain Blackwell as Cedar Sofa tries to get it. Pacific Baraka falls with the little bit of moisture underfoot. Sofa quickly in and gets the shot away, but it's into the side netting. But no helping hands from it. Has been given. I didn't think Hilly touched that, but we'll have another look here on our screen. Oh yes, definitely deflected there from Alex Hill. So Centrals need to get this out of here quickly to try and get an equaliser.
And they've definitely got some players back now to stop that counter. And that ball was taking a right angle above the box there.
As we're into the final of this game.
That's it, they've done it.
And that's it. Back-to-back premierships. Back-to-back for the International Soccer Club. Unfortunately for Gambier Centrals, the day wasn't theirs. Dropping to 9 is always going to make it hard, isn't it, Nate?
Oh, that's it. You know, it's always going to be an uphill struggle there in the second half. You know, and as we said, it was going to be a battle of what happens inside the coach's box as well, which I think they made the changes they had to. But losing 2 players there is just probably going to be a bit of a bridge too far for any team, even a team especially as good as Gambier Centrals. But,
now you just stay in the broadcast box there,
yeah,
Nate, and I'll be out here in the rain.
I'm more than happy, mate, to stay in this commentary position while you do your thing, mate. Go grab someone for us.
So we'll try and get Dan all right if we can for a moment. Dan, congratulations, another premiership, 2 in a row.
Yeah, no, look, it's been a brilliant effort by our team, support staff, training staff all year. The league has been outstanding. The weather has obviously showed up for us again. We couldn't do it without the support of our crowd here and all the support staff here. Congratulations to our boys, obviously, but also you know, Centrals have put up a really, really good fight all year. It's actually been really good with the top 4 anyway. So, yeah.
But you went 1-0 down after the own goal from Caleb Casey's head from Brad's free kick. But you guys held your cool, as you always do, and you had a couple of great chances too in that second half.
Yeah, look, it comes down to it when you're in a fight. It's a win or a lose. It's going to be a winner at the end of the day. And these boys in orange over here, they fought hard. They wanted it hard. But I think if you can hear the crowd behind me here singing without me, but you can hear how much it means to us as well, and the extra hours that we've put in and how hard we had to fight.
So, now, well done and congratulations. I'm sure you'll sing the song. They've just done it, but I'm sure you'll get more chances.
Thanks, Nate.
Well done, mate. Thank you. So we'll see if we can find Christian Seller here, and we'll grab Christian for a moment if we can. Congratulations, Christian. Another premiership. Nate's telling us. Still got it.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it was a good season, and what a way to cap it off, obviously. We obviously hope for better conditions, but it's getting the game to 2 halves, so a bit more power than the boys, but I think we made it hard for ourselves.
And certainly Central's down to 9. They played it out really well, and in the end, that cross from Caleb Casey redeemed the own goal for sure, with Matt Buetti finding it really well at the back post.
Yeah, it was well probably not to the obviously against the wind, but on target, and that was enough.
No, so back-to-back premierships, well done. And you're going again?
Yeah, I think I'll go in. Why not?
Well done, mate. Thank you. Cheers. So there you have it, the victorious International Soccer Club, A-grade back-to-back premiers, 2023-2024. And it's another happy celebration here at Casadio Park. So well done to everyone involved and our partners, of course, Barry Maney Group, the major partners of the league, and also Fennel Forestry and Coopers. As Gambier Centrals gather in the middle of the park as well. A bit of disappointment and another tough day out here at Casadio Park. They had one a couple of weeks ago and unfortunately not today again. Still there, mate?
Yeah, it's quite nice of you, mate.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent effort there, and I think we'll go on from about Matt Buetti scoring a couple of goals here for his team, and putting in a stellar effort. I mean, he will be the first to admit that he hasn't always been the best with his head, scoring header goals. But that second goal, that class set up with Caleb Casey and Matt Buetti, a really big moment there for the game, a premiership moment, and we, as we said, that it was going to take a moment like that to get the job done.
So, got to ask the big question. Who's your player of the day, you reckon, in all of that?
Oh, well, building up to it, I would say that for Gambier Centrals, it was definitely Christian Fleetwood. I think he held his position well. And for International, my player of the match, I think you have to go to the goal scorer for myself. I think Matt Buetti played a fantastic game, got quality possession in a really trying conditions. And when he got deeper behind the ball and brought it forward, he really helped his team with link-up play. And then, goals win premierships, and, and that's goals win games, and that's the moments that we had. So, yeah, he would have been my player of the game. How about you, Nate?
Look, I think Dan Allwright sparked that second half. That first 5 minutes was really, really dominant from Inter, and not that they sort of capitalised on it, but I think you're right. I think Matt Buetti kept his cool, dropped back when he needed to, pushed up when he had to, and the finishes, obviously the penalty, and then getting that second goal, right position. He knows how to read it, and it's certainly I think Matt Buetti is probably the one that will receive this. We'll find out shortly as we see the Inter boys once again. Certainly a very tight bunch they are, and you've been around the club here for a long time, and certainly it's one of those things that we know the boys will continue to play together. There's so many young players that have come through the junior ranks here at Inter as well that are now an integral part of this team.
Well, I think, just on that, I think it's what we talk a lot about is mindset and doing it for your colours. And, that's definitely one thing to say that, have quality players, but most teams in our Premier League have quality players. But I think you're always looking for that edge, and I think the edge is that everyone's trying to get right is the chemistry of bringing in young players and when to do it and who they're under. And I think Inter would do that well. And so do Centrals, but I think our edge is just that positive, passionate mindset that seems to get the job done again and again. Never say die attitude. It's just one of those things that is, as I say as a coach, Nate, it's a skill or a habit. And not everyone can do rainbow flicks and turns, but everyone can have good voice and be passionate. And that habit seems to have create a winning culture.
Yes, it does. And when you've got leaders like Tony, and Joe, will they go around again? But they had a few years off, and there was a few other coaches that came into the fold, and the success probably wasn't there that the clubs had. And as we said, Centrals were looking for 3 out of 4 here today. For Tony and Joe to come back in last year, get that premiership back, and back it up again this week. This year, a big effort as we see the full-time score 2-1 international over Gambier Centrals. Matt Buetti with those 2 goals in the second half. The first half goal is an own goal to Centrals, but it's been a bit of a day of all seasons. The wind has probably been the biggest factor. Had a little bit of rain again late. It's still raining here now at Casadio Park, but we'll try and stick around for a moment and just keep talking while we find out who is the player of the day. And then we'll close ourselves out here, hopefully just on 5 o'clock. And as we see the disappointment on the face of the Centrals players, it's certainly hard when there's 9 out there against 11, and they really played it hard right to the end. Every player out there continued to do the job that they were there to do. And just a disappointing day out, really, when you look at it. There's not really probably much that Ronan McKenzie could do in the position he was in, but the infringement was there, and the rules are the rules. And unfortunately for him, his day ended early, and then Matt Porter to be sent off with his second caution as well was probably an additional disappointment. So we will try and give you some of the coverage of this presentation. I'll go and brave the elements once again, Nate.
Sure, mate, that's fine. I think I'll just take a moment to also thank all the volunteers and FSA staff. A lot goes into making these days happen, and it certainly can't happen without a lot of club people and volunteers in our community and our sponsors putting in their time and effort to make a spectacle of what's going on. And also,
referees who don't have matches thanks to our
scholarship players as well. Sorry, get that one out. Fennel Forestry sponsorship players who also braved the weather all weekend long to be ball boys and help venue staff, ball kids. And thank you to those kids for allowing, volunteering their time and helping us out when we needed to make these events go ahead.
James Davey, 22.
As Nate just makes his way over to help give us some audio with the presentation being made for runners-up.
7, Mitch Lewis.
Here they'll also receive a runner-up.
28, Rowan McKenzie. 11, Alexander.
That's it, mate. Get as close as you can.
17, Matthew.
Not too far away from you.
That's right.
Number 6, Jordan Saint. 9, Sam Schumer. Number 13, Theodore.
The sound quality here is it you may not be able to see, or if you can, that the weather is quite rough here. And
number 8, Bradley White. We also have the coaches Scott Dixon,
now the rain has only really come
Dan
down.
Schumark, and also the manager Shane Dyser. Have I missed anyone?
Come back.
Once again, congratulations to Centrals. Hard fought match. One got medals. also like a coach and a captain to come up and receive the runners-up trophy as well.
Jake Blackwell come up to
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Central Soccer Club, Gambier Central Soccer Club runners-up today. Thanks everybody.
Find out if your prediction's right, mate.
And to you, mate.
Again, guys, thank you.
Great to see Barry Maney Group have our representatives here to help with the presentations. It's great to have our sponsors also represented here on the day.
And it's Mike Millard up there, and his son's about to receive a premiership medallion.
Yes, good pick there, mate. Jordan Millard come on there with a few minutes to go in the game, and got a few touches on there, and bring some energy into those last few minutes. So that'll be a good moment for father and son on Father's Day, mind you.
Okay, our next presentation is for the player of the match, as judged by the officials, and the player of the match medal of International Soccer Club, number 13, Dan Allwright.
Oh, look at that, Dan Allwright.
Well,
today's player of the match.
That first 10 minutes of the second half may have got him over the line.
Yes, that change there certainly brought some electricity into the final third of International. And look, if it wasn't going to be Matt Buetti today, that's probably a pretty close second for the effort that he's put forward.
I don't think it's the first time he's been given the player of the day on grand final day either.
No, he might have a couple of those tucked away in the cupboard somewhere.
So we're just about to get the presentation.
And now we'll present the rest of the players. So Dan is the first one on the rank.
2024 Limestone Coast Barry Maney Group Premier League premiers. And Dan Allwright gets his medal first because he's up there.
Samuel Buetti.
As Matt Buetti now comes up, followed by cousin Sam.
Not brother Sam.
Number 11, Caleb Casey.
And Bully goes up, not that he got on, but Joel, first season out, and he's done quite well with the Rezzies, but they didn't play today. And
17, Hayden Colting.
Now see Caleb Casey go and get his medallion.
Right.
I think Caleb Casey did have a good day there in the midfield as well. Created some moments,
Number
obviously
1,
created
James
assist that
Sisling.
created that goal, so he must be happy with his
Number 6,
performance as
Tyler
well.
Mitchell.
Oh, I think everybody wearing black and blue would have to be happy with their performance now.
Yes, oh, absolutely, obvious too. A bit more
8,
critical than
Nicholas
others, I guess you could say.
And maybe even the one in
Number 3,
red.
Yes.
A couple of great
We also
saves,
have coaches
especially
Tony
late in the
Buetti,
game there.
Joe
And,
D'Agostino,
he
and
kept,
Antonio
kept that one of the beaties
and
out.
also
There's a header from
Dino
Sam
Michelin.
Schumacher, I think, or Lewis
Did I
Marsh.
miss anyone?
Yeah, also, I was really happy with Seth Michelin's performance today. I thought he showed some, great poise beyond his years, and really held down his role within the team. His passing was excellent.
Trainer, Linda McRobert.
For the 2024 Barry Maney Group Limestone Coast Premier League, and the team, the coaches, all going up and getting their medallions now, and then we'll have the presentation of the cup, and that's just about it for us.
Good job, mate.
So
Now,
we thank you for your support wherever you've tuned into us. Here at Gambier, on the radio in your car, at the ground, on 5GRFM, or on the live stream Facebook site from Football SA. It's great to have the technology and the resources around the region to get this done. Marcus, great camera work, Jaden on the editing, and everybody involved in what has been a fantastic grand final weekend. Yesterday, obviously, with the women's games, and today with the men's. And the premierships being shared
Just
around
hold on
throughout the day.
Tony to say a couple of words.
International getting the under 12 Ds and the senior men. Gambier Central's getting the under 17s and under 12 premiership, and Blue Lake getting the under 14 premiership
putting
today.
on a great game today. Really fought it out hard. You're unlucky with some of the getting players sent off, but it was a great effort, and thank you very much for putting it on for us. I want to thank our crowd. You're the best crowd in the league by far. Thank you for all your support. I want to thank these players. I would like to thank the referees from Adelaide. They were exceptional. Thank you very much. It's great to have referees like that. And last but not least, these bunch of lads here, back-to-back premierships, done it hard this year. It wasn't all easy. We had 4 really good teams in the league, and it just comes out to be one of those special moments for us to win it so well today. I'll pass it on to some of them.
Good up to the boys. Thanks to Centrals again. Great effort. I mean, yeah, gutsy effort going down 10 minutes and yeah, push us right to the end. Obviously, yeah, Joe and Tony as well for assisting Dago along the year. It was a fantastic effort. Thank you again. Obviously, I'd like to thank our Maney Group, Limestone Coast Football Association, Football FSA, and the club for putting on a great day. So, thank you again.
Once again, your premiers for 2024.
And that's just about it for us, I think, Nate. Thank you for your company this afternoon.
No, thank you. Wonderful experience as part of my role as Regional Development Officer for FSA and the Limestone Coast. Love being involved with these things and helping broadcast our game to as far away places as we can. So as part of my role, I love to get involved where I can. So thank you for allowing me to do so and get involved with today.
And the boys will sing the song one last time for the year. And we will leave our broadcast here. Thank you for your company, and we'll catch you again live somewhere else, somewhere. And now back to some normal programming, and thank you to everyone on our live stream.
We've got a young man here who played earlier on today.
The new Ford F-150 has arrived. With Australia's torture testing done, it's ready to hit the road. With 4.5 tonne towing for superior load hauling at high and low speeds, traction, stability and 4x4 systems. A new right-hand drive steering system, climate control systems, even extreme weather. We've put it through its paces. Torture tested for Australian conditions. The new Ford F-150 is ready to roll. Come and see it now at Barry Maney Ford, Mount Gambier.
Ready, set, run out. Race into your nearest Hyundai dealer for bonus offers of up to $3,000 across a range of petrol and diesel vehicles. Whatever you drive, we've got a deal for you. Hyundai Run Out is on now. Ready, set, run out.